It's Good Times with Mo, Sam, and them on Magic 89.9.
So I feel weird that I'm not putting any makeup on.
Right? I know. I knew it. You're the only one not getting ready with Mo.
You know, during my TV days, Kay, when they put makeup on me, for some reason, I don't know if it's a guy thing or if it's certain levels of skin, certain skin tone, but I always look like I had more makeup than I really had on, and it looked horrible, and I didn't know how to just get rid of it, and I didn't have those like
The
matinee idol
spray.
faces.
No, but maybe you just needed a setting spray.
Thick.
Those
I don't
are
know, maybe
nice, yeah.
I think maybe like with darker complected people, the makeup sticks out a little bit more, looks a little bit more cakey.
They probably didn't know how to like work with your skin. Because I think there are some people like that. Na parang you just put on a little makeup and they look like they're super made up.
I forgot
Yeah, it's crazy.
my primer.
Oh no.
And especially on a
not the
guy,
primer.
Maybe all you needed
Even
was
what
the
a primer is.
primer. Hindi kasi back then, wala pang primer.
Oh, wala pang
And
setting
sometimes,
spray.
all you need is the primer.
A good primer, yes.
Right.
What the hell is a primer?
It's the one that preps your skin, which I forgot right now.
Oh no. Your makeup's ruined now. I mean,
Yeah, because
Primer ever a thing in the past?
no,
or-
it wasn't. It was straight to foundation back then.
oh, imagine that.
Right. And then now kasi what you do is you put a spray so it's a mist. You can get I was thinking of buying coconut smell because yesterday was the big sale. I was like, should I buy the coconut? Because it's summer.
Sounds like a song.
Yeah. So you spray it on your face and it just makes everything look natural.
Yeah.
And dewy.
Yeah.
Dewy.
I know
I
this
would
is
always
super interesting
tell-
to you, Mohan. Don't pretend.
No, it is. It's fine. It's fine because I mean I brought it up, but I just remember like telling the makeup artist, please don't put that much, and then I'm like I look like a cake. I really look
Yeah.
like a birthday cake,
Yeah.
and then when I would try to get like something to wipe it off, I would think, okay, baka naman it just looks like that, and then when I just kind of blot it off, it's just 3 pounds, 2 kilos of makeup on my tissue, and I'm like, okay, this is never working.
We have improved by leaps and bounds, I think,
Yeah.
in the whole makeup thing.
Oh, who are some guys celebrities that wear like they just wear too much makeup?
I can think of one, but I'm not
And
gonna.
who does
Say it out loud. Say it out loud.
Say it out loud.
I can't.
Why not?
Probably see him like in the next couple of weeks.
No, isn't this like a parang just because they're in the industry, by default, you have to wear makeup. It's not even,
Yeah.
or at least
You
that's
just
how we're
want
going to
to
package
hey.
it.
Remember when you told that girl not to have a nose job? This is like 10 levels
No, I didn't
less
say
than
it.
that.
I was just like, don't inject too much. That's just what I said.
Okay, but whatever that was, this is 10 levels lower than that, Karylle.
Yeah, but these are guys, so they might be.
We're fine. Oh my God, we're fine. Didn't we just establish last week when it comes to guys, we want you to tell us. Please criticize us. What when we're thinking about the same person?
I forgot his name. Whatever.
Are we like? But
Let's
are you talking
see.
about guys in real life who wear makeup in real life and wear too
in
much?
real
No.
life.
No,
Meaning, like, in the industry, right? In front of the
No,
camera.
if you wear makeup in real life, you're a dude. There needs some intervention. Like, I'll
Get
arrest
out
you,
there.
bring you home.
But it's fine.
Would you date a guy who wears makeup in real life?
No, I don't
Both of
think
you.
so. No, I like
No.
them rough around the edges. Yeah,
with the
so
hands, with the big hand.
The grooming
Yeah,
is
okay.
fine. Makeup is where I draw the line.
Okay, and Kay, your husband is a rock star, which again, maybe they get the pass. They get the pass for the makeup for the regular dudes.
Hello, he has colored hair. He has nail polish.
But not
Husband
makeup.
has
He doesn't do
nail.
the makeup.
Does he have makeup? He has some primer.
Oh, he's a primer guy.
Right.
Like on the everyday, like just in regular. So
Because primer is kind of like foundation at this point. It's
So-
also got the SPF.
So he'll wear it when he hits the stage.
Yeah. Which is
Okay, but that's
probably a
if it's
secret.
performing.
I can allow it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think you're gonna allow that, Sam.
No, I mean, because
think
he's a
you
rock
would.
star, Nat. Because he's a performer. Like, he's going on stage, there's all these lights, and there's going to be like 5 million photos every time. Right?
You don't want to look pangit.
Yeah.
And
Can-
then
can-
Mo will call you a gremlin.
Exactly.
Ang sakit.
Wait
A
man.
gargoyle.
I mean, you can't really win. You can't really win with me. If you look like you're look like a gargoyle, and then if you put makeup on, you're like, ano pa nangyari dito?
Ang gagawin namin, Mo!
Can't win. The first person that comes to mind, if you agree or not, and I love him. He's a friend of mine.
Oh, we're naming names.
Who?
Ah.
So Chris Lawrence.
Okay.
Oh, he does?
Oh, like
makeup
he
is
likes to mattify himself. How about
Yeah,
that?
it's a little. He looks a little bit like an Oscar award.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Gosh, I'm trying to think who else has that kind of.
Puti ko, mali yung color.
Yeah, you're a little light. You're a little white. There.
No, but your skin is super nice. Okay. Like, you look like you have primer on, and you just said you didn't bring your primer, so.
I didn't even put foundation.
Can we remind everyone we're on the radio, and this is not that big of a deal because we're on the radio.
Thank God.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, we have cameras
Turn the cameras off.
on our face now.
Keep it on. We'll be fine. Let's get some music going here. We're on till 9 a.m. today. Welcome to the show, by the way. It is Good Times here on Magic 89.9. Our phone number is 863-10899. You can also check us out live on playback.tv/Good Times. And wherever you are around the world, we appreciate it. For the next 2 hour, 45 minutes, we'll try to keep you guys entertained. We have Aquino coming in about 45 minutes as well. So again, hang out while we do that. Magic 89.9.
Magic 89.9's Good Times in the Morning.
How was your weekend, guys? Like, what'd you guys do? Anything cool? I'm talking to everybody, but most especially, of course, to our two ladies here. Fresh from a weekend, it is a Monday morning. You are listening to Magic 89.9. Okay, so usually you guys have a bunch of stories about what you did over the weekend. Sam, you went all the way down south in the war-torn jungles to create peace.
Cotabato, yeah. Short trip.
Oh my God.
But
Cons.
to Cots, yeah.
I'm assuming nobody has ever said that in the history of the world. Yeah, how was your peace thing?
It was really exciting. I mean, it was exploratory talks, but HWPL Philippines is participating in exploratory talks about having things inscribed in what's called the Memory of the World program of UNESCO. So there's, exciting things happening down in Mindanao. I can't divulge all the details because it's still exploratory, but a lot of people gathered to sit down and discuss how we're going to go about this project. And that's really cool because we're talking about, the Philippines being recognized internationally, especially in Mindanao. So that's something that's close to my heart. That's cool.
Thank you for all the
In
good
Cots.
work you do.
Thanks.
And that was her weekend. What about
Boom.
yours?
Boom.
Maybe we shouldn't go with her first, We're like, oh, so, okay, what did you do? Well, I bought primer, pero naiiwan ko sa bahay, blah, blah, blah. Sam, how about you? I just saved 2 classes of people from killing each other. But,
Finding really good primer is just as exciting.
No, I'm so sorry. Yesterday was the big sale and I hardly go shopping, but parang all month long I've been thinking about things to buy, but I'm going to wait for the sale because that's just how I roll.
Yeah, you know what? That's so cute about you because obviously you don't have to wait for the sale, but you still get a kick out of it.
how much are you actually saving when it comes to sales? I mean, it's anywhere between, 10, 15%?
Because makeup is
Yeah.
so mahal na now.
Depends on what you're buying. Of course, if you go on this other store, everything is for 0.01 centavos. I don't even know how that's possible.
Really?
Look at you. Getting excited.
A sale is good. I will never wait for one. I'll full price it.
Boo! This is the worst behavior ever.
What's wrong with that? I mean, I can't be. Well, it's just everything takes so long to go on sale. Some of these things, there's a May sale thing. When Black Friday. I'm like, it's May.
That's so soon. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with you?
But don't you get a kick out of getting something for much cheaper?
I guess not.
When was the last time you got something on a bargain, Mohan?
Oh, me? Never.
Oh
I bought
my
a
gosh.
bicycle. I bought a bicycle last week, and then so it's last week. May 30-day return policy. Okay. That's what's great about the U.S. They have this amazing return policy that I don't think the rest of the world is equal to it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I bought a bike, 30-day return policy.
Uh-huh.
The next Like 4 days later after I bought it, may sale, it came down by $1,000. I mean, you know how much money? That's
my
a
gosh.
lot of money, right? And I'm like, God damn it. And then I wanted to return it, but I was too lazy.
You were too late.
You
Wait.
could have returned it, given the money away here on the show.
I could have returned it, bought it back right there.
No.
Why? What's wrong with you?
It's too lazy, man.
Ooh,
Wow.
I'm a bit sad for you.
It's crazy. And they would have taken it used. Like I could do it's just anyway, speaking of biking, I've been doing a lot of biking, hence you can see this tan of mine, right? Again, we've talked about this. Very brown, very burnt. I'm not really yeah, I'm not very what's this so you put on your face so the sun doesn't
You don't put
break you?
sunblock?
But pussies do that.
Oh,
So
no.
I don't do
Yeah,
that.
I'm so white.
I'm burnt and everything hurts. But I worry because when I'm out there in the mountains and in these hills or whatever, I'm generally alone, very much alone. And I have what we call off the grid. Okay, no cell phone. And it's getting to a point where I end up talking to myself and I can hear voices. And I know I'm not crazy. Listen, can we have a disclaimer? I am not crazy. It's just when you're out there and the wind is swirling, you can almost hear as if the wind, as it hits the mountain, it's like people crying. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God. And, you know, laking probinsya thinking, you know, it's just, there's got to be some ghost out there. But I just know it's the swirling wind. You know, it's like,
Oh, your ancestors.
Oh my gosh, I am playing like Colors of the Wind in my head right now.
It's all of it. It's all of it. And there's wildlife out there. I'm sitting there dissecting tae of different animals.
Oh my gosh.
Just, it's kind of weird. It's therapeutic. I'm enjoying it. Please, I tell you, I'm not crazy. But it's almost like you can hear voices out there. But I want to ask people who are into the outdoor stuff, because again, I'm not, like any of you guys purposely go off the grid?
Yeah,
That
but
means
turn
no
on your
phone.
tracker, please. There's a way.
See, but we didn't have that. We didn't have the tracker even as recent as like 10 years ago, right? So the people who kind of do the off the grid stuff, what does that look like for you? 863-10899 is our phone number. If you can tell your stories on playback.tv/goodtimes. Sam, when you go to Cotabato, I know you go to the city area and not really the remote areas where
Yeah.
a lot of this fighting is going on.
Yeah.
But is there signal? You ever feel like you're off the grid when you're down south that much?
No. I mean, we're always in like city proper and we are not off the grid. Someone's saying though that your biking story on IG was hilarious. What is this?
I'm just lost. Sam, I'm lost.
What time are you out there? Like what time of day is this?
Okay, so the other day it was 6 a.m. and I got
okay.
very lost. And then yesterday it was like right before nighttime.
Oh no.
And there's no human beings out there. If I get bit by a snake, and there's snakes everywhere, if I get bit by one, I'm screwed.
You have to bring like an anti-venom thing.
Can't really. There's so many different kinds. Like you don't know. I don't want to start ejecting myself like some addict. I don't know what I'm doing out there, and I'm alone. So
No,
I end up talking to myself on my phone. So I'm like, "Hi, everybody. Welcome to me biking by myself." Because I don't think I can really go off the grid.
I can see though how like that would make you feel very alive.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
I'll do it again tomorrow morning, completely by myself.
But turn on your tracker. There's a way to do it.
Okay, fine, whatever. But my point is, do you ever feel like you need to go off the grid?
Yes.
That's not my point. It's not my point to do it,
Yeah.
but it feels like it.
I think for me personally, I think it is something that I would like to do, but I find very difficult to do. I feel it siguro when you find yourself like, you're on Instagram and scrolling and it's been like an hour and you're still there scrolling and you're like, I really got to stop doing this. I need to go off the grid. Just like cold turkey. You know how
So what do
people
you do? Do you delete IG or do you put your phone away entirely?
I try,
Because I know
but then
people who delete the app. If they need to go off the grid from social, they'll delete the app.
yeah, I know friends who do this. Like they'll call it a digital detox and then, they'll just stay off the thing for a few days. But you always come back. I haven't been able to do that.
How many days can you stay off Instagram?
Like on purpose, willfully.
Yeah, on purpose.
Oh my gosh, I can't I cannot remember the last time I've done that. And I don't know how long no. I'll try like a day. Operative word try.
Can't do that. Okay, how long do you think you can go? Is Instagram the number one enemy, by the way? Is that what it is when it comes to grid versus off the grid? Is it IG? It sounds like it is. That or TikTok?
Yeah, for me it is because I'm not on TikTok.
Yeah, maybe for me it's
X.
Facebook Messenger. I do love to chat on Messenger, but yeah, Instagram.
Instagram is probably the enemy to the whole grid.
Yeah. Well, my mom would be TikTok because she's younger than me.
Of course.
So yeah.
How many days can you go, Kay, without checking IG?
I've never tried but I'm the kind of person because like if I go abroad, I try not to even get my roaming so that you can't reach me. So I'm not gonna die.
Yeah,
I think I could do it.
Yeah.
But I've never tried it.
Hey, turn your tracker on when you go abroad.
If I'm alone, yeah, of course. Because there's that feature now that you could send your PIN to somebody and then say, from this time to this time, I'll be here. Which is, I think, a great way to travel if you're traveling alone.
DRD on the playback says, I just came from a tiny house 2 weeks ago. It was in the middle of nowhere here in Australia. The drive is through a dirt road, no reception, no civilization. You will be given a map 2 days before the date of your arrival.
Wow.
The tiny house is equipped with snake first aid because it's located in the wild. This is Australia, right? This is world's most dangerous place because of the wildlife. Snake first aid. You'll see foxes, kangaroos just outside of this tiny house.
Love it. I love tiny homes. I love that page, that YouTube page. How fun.
But in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
And for 2 weeks all by yourself. Like
Baka naman there are two people.
I can do that.
it's a long
I
time.
can do 2 weeks by
man.
myself. I just
2
can't do it
weeks.
without internet. I can't do it without internet.
Yun nga eh. 2 weeks.
Yeah, because I don't read books. Pero do I at least have a laptop where I can then watch shows?
Oh, like you downloaded stuff. Because you have to be off the
download
grid,
and
right?
save
That's the idea.
Right. Yes. I mean, is it no technology? No internet?
But you
or
can
is
have
it okay? I have technology.
DVDs. Ganyan.
Yeah, but I can have DVDs. I can have MP4s.
Pero
I
yung
can have
DVD mo, yung bad copy. Hindi yung Blu-ray.
Yung pirated na
Like, let me at least get my torrent. And then I'll find maybe I can do 2 weeks in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I guess technically you'd still be off
You
the
can
grid.
have VCDs
Oh my God.
with bad audio.
Alvin is in New Zealand, says the best thing here in New Zealand is there are no wild animals, no snakes, no venomous spiders, so you can sleep on the tent in the wild worry-free.
Oh.
In the U.S., again, sometimes you have to deal with bears and
Bears
kind
are
of
kind of... Have you ever
Yeah,
seen a
the
bear?
snake- Yeah, absolutely. But the snake problem is a little bit more of an issue, I think. In
Then
the US
the
than it-
bear?
Yeah, because you could. No, they're both pretty god awful. At least the bear's a little bit more beautiful about
No,
it.
but when you see the bear, you're just supposed to stand still, right?
Does that
Yeah,
work?
but listen, the U.S. is a gun country. Okay, so when you go out there, you're bringing like armaments with you. So just in case a bear comes along, you've got something. The snakes, pretty hard to shoot.
Yeah,
so
that's the
I'm
thing.
still on Team Snake as being a little bit scary when it comes to getting off the grid.
I wasn't-
Aboitis? Is that what it is? Aboitis, Selena? Is that the name of the company? Does this annual challenge for their employees for a month. They one of the challenges they added were to unplug for at least 1 hour. Oh my
An
God.
hour.
An hour. Oh, like Earth hour, kind of like.
How easy is that? It's like stupid easy. Uriela says, my husband and I love to camp. We intentionally picked campsites without signal and Starlink Wi-Fi, which is, I thought, hard to do. I thought Starlink's kind of everywhere. But, yep. No, if you guys really choose this life, congratulations. I'm not too thrilled about it, but I guess I could pull it off if I need to.
Yeah, I mean you're enjoying it. You're on that track.
I would be happier with signal.
But isn't that part of like why this is exciting? Is because if something happens to you, then voila, they're gonna find you. 5 days
not at
later, rotting.
No, not at all. None of that is exciting, Sam. None of that is
I thought
appealing.
that added to the thrill.
No, because I'm not Bear Grylls. I'm not one of those manly men. I don't go out there and make things with my hands or start a fire with sticks. Like, that's not who I am, and I don't find that to be fun. It's just so happens.
So would you say that he can't start the fire?
We had a commercial break coming up here. It is 6:36. It is 6:36 on this Monday morning. We'll take a break. We'll take a break. When we come back, we have more of the show. Don't forget, Bam will be here at 7 a.m. Back after this. Don't go.
Magic 89.9's Good Times in the Morning.
Let's play.
There's a line he says, and it almost sounds kind of, again, it sounds kind of negative, but okay, here's the line. Breaking down songs here on the show, but here we go.
You mentioned you like the lion.
All right, here we go. So it's like, wired and I'm tired. I think I'll sleep with my clothes on the floor, or maybe this mattress will spin on its axis and find me on your...
Is exactly your topic too. Wired and tired. Like,
Maybe this mattress. Speaking of mattresses and axes and sexiness.
Really?
I was reading this. Oh, this is why I was leading into it. Everything is always a lead into the topic.
so wild.
I saw a fun fact saying that sex in movies have declined dramatically throughout these past few years. Since the year 2000, sex in movies have decreased 40%. And we're, I think, at a point now where movies with no sex at all has increased to 50%. So half of the movies that are put out there now have no sexual content or scenes whatsoever. And I know we talk about, say, the Korean stuff a lot here on the show because, of course, these two girls, but aren't the Korean K-dramas, they're kind of going the other way, aren't they? And they're incorporating a little bit more sex, aren't they?
I was gonna say, I mean, like, do I dare say that this is the influence of the whole K-drama phenomenon? Because
So they're not. They're getting cleaner too. I thought they were kind of getting towards a bit more sexy.
No, K-dramas are a lot more like slow burn. Diba, we talk about like how they just
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought you guys went from this to like
No, but I don't think it really gets super torrid like that. I mean, they're out there, but the mainstream ones are pretty wholesome.
Yeah.
And that's what people like about it.
But World of the Married is up there on the charts.
Oh,
and that has a
yeah.
lot of scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
sex
and World of
scenes.
Married, I think even just kind of the poster, well, there's no poster, but you get my point, right?
No,
Like
there-
when you go to Netflix, it's like kind of right
Yeah.
there. It looks very sexual already. I don't know, Kate, I guess I want to ask you, as someone who's very much into the arts, your take on less sex in movies these days.
Trying to think if I've had like a scene. I had one on like a scene in a bed in West Side Story. And it's funny because they'll wheel you in and you're in bed. And it's just like, okay, here we go.
Someone's pushing your bed while you're laying next to the guy that you're supposed to just have had sex with.
It's so weird.
When it comes to series, though, I always feel like there's a lot of sex in season one. And then the following seasons, there are far less of that. I think it's really part of the ploy to hook you in. I think a lot of sex scenes generally are kind of unnecessary. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Wow.
I mean, if it's
Mohan, really?
Sydney Sweeney on there, I'm in, right? If it's Anne Hathaway, sign me up, right? Let's go. But I also do think that sex scenes are kind of unnecessary.
Oh, this is shocking coming out of your mouth.
No, for the story, okay? For the story, completely unnecessary. I know, I did the Viva Hot Babes thing. I get it. You're like, what? Oh, what? No, I get it. But I don't think that you need to go the whole way in a scene. It could be like they start kissing and then they lay down and then cut scene. We all know they just had sex.
Right.
They can wake up next to each other, with that whole thing where, they're just kind of laying there and they're...
that happens
What
in
was it?
K-dramas, and then the guy will cook breakfast.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Aww.
all you need.
And I think sometimes it's better when you just leave things to the imagination. Sometimes you actually like spell it out and it's like,
No, I don't agree. I don't like the leaving for the imagination when it comes to if we're gonna have sex,
Why not?
let's just have it, right? Let's have all the nudity with all the attractive people and all of that stuff. But I don't think it's necessary.
okay. I'm not
For
sure
the
what
story,
the difference is. Okay, but okay.
Oh, my thing is like if you're gonna say. I don't know. Maybe I am confusing you in that one. Seymour says the idea of you, which is a movie I've been waiting to watch, kind of passionately, has a lot of sex scenes, as do a lot of Anne Hathaway movies in the past. I mean, there have been what's the other one that's like really kind of really torrid? I forgot the name of it. I'll get to it in a little bit. But Kate, come on, what do you think? Less sex in movies a good thing? Havoc, yeah, thank you. Less sex in movies a good thing?
I think so because the audience will be wider, but I'm really not for the patong kissing. I would love for people to see the love. You know what I mean? Like I'm also afraid of what muted love looks like to a whole generation. I don't want them to think that there is no passion in love. I'm kind of afraid of that as well.
That's an artist answer.
Wow.
Hindi kasi, diba? Can you imagine a whole, growing up, we had to close our eyes whenever people were in love. And why? Why couldn't we see that? Does love not exist? Is love not for our eyes?
You mean like the sexual,
No, even when I was a kid, even if they're just kissing, close your eyes. Okay,
Oh, really?
Close your eyes. So, I don't know.
But you don't talk about your sex life, no, Karylle.
Why would I? It's private.
Because you're just saying that right now. Like you're talking about the visual, we need to close your eyes, but then the verbal, I don't ever talk about it. Like, is it one because one is real life and one is acting?
I guess because I already overshare everything else, even your else primer, pati ba naman sex life?
I'm not asking you to share here. I'm just talking in general. You're not
in general. I guess because nobody is oversharing either with us.
No, I feel
He's like, we already talked about his primer and his mangos.
I know, and even the worst part pala was sharing about the pampano. He got so sad. Now he doesn't know what to share. To cook. He's like, can I cook shrimp? And I'm like, sure, go ahead.
Let's take some calls here. 863-10899. The question really, and I don't have a question yet, but I guess the fun fact was sex has declined dramatically in movies, down 40% in this 2000s, as well as up to 50% of no sex movies that are being released at any point. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
It's MJ. Hi.
Hi, MJ.
MJ.
Regarding Korean K-series, actually, my group of friends were kind of like saying to ourselves, ano ba, obvious naman meron kayong pagtingin sa isa't isa o nagkakagusto kay isa't isa. Kiss already. So parang, alam mo yun, parang they kiss on the 9th episode or the 10th episode. So
Yeah.
parang hindi naman totoo yun. I agree
So
with
you
Kate
want,
na parang,
naplapan ka agad. Like, let's go.
not laplapan, but parang, yun nga, parang, although in the K-series, you can really feel the love even without the kissing. Pero parang yung realistically, parang hindi naman siya totoo. So that's my take. But depends kasi on the type of movie. So you're right. If they want to show passion and love, I think it's also right that they put that there. Just to add, recently they featured Sex in the City on Netflix, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
And when I was watching that before, they never showed the sexy scenes.
On Channel 9.
So
we
now,
get
parang,
the
oh my
censored
God,
version.
parang when I watch it now, grabe pala. So sabi ko, okay. So parang nagulat ako na ganun pala siya sexy in the US. Pero in the Philippines, when they would show it, hindi siya. Walang mga sexy scenes talaga na sobra. So now, I'm older. So parang mas get, I mean, like, I can accept those kinds of scenes, pero pag like young people and they watch that, parang it's too TMI for me. So, yun lang.
That's such a weird take because you're like, now that I'm older, I'm more okay with the sex scenes. But young people, they'd be like, whoa, that's too much. I would have expected you to say it's the young people that are like, okay, let's get the sex stuff. And it's the older people are like, okay, hindi naman kailangan yan. Like, you've actually kind of flipped my image of what I thought you were actually.
No, because for young people, they need to be guided. Eh, kasi yung values and what you call, the discussions in Sex and the City.
MJ, the
masyadong-
name of the
oo.
show is Sex and
Yeah, I know. But when they showed it in the Philippines, okay lang siya. I mean, at the time, parang sabi ko, oh, okay, it kind of makes you, aware of such issues in sex and relationships. But without the sex scene, it was okay. But now with the sex scene, parang sabi ko, whoa, parang, over the top for me. I mean,
Wait,
if you were
I'm
like,
confused. Do you want more sex in Sex and the City or less?
I think because it's Sex in the City, tama yon. Pero pag hindi ganun yung topic, I don't think it's required to have like sex in movies or TV shows.
So are you enjoying the original version then?
Original
what?
meaning edited.
The
Sam,
unedited
Unedited.
version. Yeah. Of Sex and the City.
Now, parang naaliw ako na, ganun pala yun. O parang, because before, they would just discuss, di ba? Or they would cut. So parang hindi mo masyado naintindihan. Like even their characters are now, parang you understand Charlotte and everyone else better.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, thank you,
That's
MJ.
it.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
We have the-
Okay,
Thank you. We have the Close Your Eyes version.
Yes.
Here, yeah.
MJ with the main character energy there. Show. Thanks, MJ. Appreciate you. 863108999. The question is, less sex in movies. Are you for this? Are you kind of against it? I think also with, like, if you wanted to see nudity, it's so readily available.
Yep.
So available that I don't mind them cutting back on the sex stuff in movies and series. Because when we were younger, that was the only chance we kind of got it to see nudity.
Right.
But now I've got so much websites dedicated to it and Instagram dedicated to all of this stuff that I don't need to see it in a show. Not that not that I'm against it, but I think it takes up unnecessary amount of time.
Yeah, like, I mean, if it's called for, fine. And I think people in general just want like a real representation of how things go down in life.
Oh, easy, girl.
What? And then I think with the K-drama thing, they're really banking on the kilig. Like they're trying to prolong that as long as possible because people watch it for that.
Yeah, can you imagine? Like in Queen of Tears, my favorite would be the bed scene wherein they're just spooning in a tiny bed. It's the
Ask you a
best.
question, Kay, because I've never been kilig in my life.
What? Lies.
Whoa, wait. Yeah. What? Can I hear the rest of that sentence?
You had your moment a little while ago, Sam, with your sentence. I think everyone is going down on like, whoa,
Oh my
whoa,
gosh.
whoa.
Right, Sam.
Relax.
It's only 6:56, Sam.
I know, Sam.
Guys,
Jeez.
this didn't even
Girl.
cross my mind.
Come on.
Wow,
Ooh,
you guys
whoa,
are.
hey.
Wow, okay.
So what was I saying? Okay,
Kilig.
I've never been kilig in a kissing scene. Like I know here, di ba, sa atin, pati rin sa K-dramas and all that stuff. When it's kissing scene, there's like, that's never happened to me. I don't get kilig in those moments.
As you're
My
watching it?
No, not a kissing scene, okay? My kiligness comes from incredible dialogue, poetic dialogue, romantic lines. Like, if a line that has been said, kind of go back to our little John Mayer thing here,
Maybe this mattress will spin out.
I'm like, oh my God.
So you're kilig with John.
I'm kilig with great words.
Like a
And
cerebral kilig.
Yeah,
Oh
I don't
my
need the
gosh.
action. I don't need the kissing. I don't need the spooning. I don't need the nudity. I don't need any of that. I need words.
You need John. Oh, did you love that? poetry movie. What was it? Oh my gosh. What was that movie? And then sina Madonna were reciting poetry.
Senbam, what is this? What is this movie?
Hindi ko alam.
Can we ask him also? Like, you know.
I'm going to ask him, but let's give a shout out to Alex Karylle, who's tuned in right now. Said,
Where is
sex
he?
scenes, yuck. He says yuck on the sex scenes. Thank you, Alex. Bam, good morning. Thanks for being here. We had a good weekend. Give you a little context so we don't kind of veer off real quick. But sex scenes in movies have declined dramatically, Bam. There's been a 40% decrease since the start of the 2000s. We're looking at 50% of the movies out now these days have no sex whatsoever in them. And I know this might surprise you.
I think lumipat siya sa series, di ba? Lumipat sa TV.
I don't know.
Game of
I think
Thrones,
well, listen, Game of Thrones
True
and kind of
Detective.
all these other big ones, all the sex scenes that I see, or at least the more graphic and very often sex scenes that we see, happen in season 1. And once season 1 is gone and season 2 is gone, where they really kind of like reel you in with all of this stimulation, they start to then just kind of get story-centric for the remaining of the seasons. That's my observation. But what I'm trying to say is I don't really think sex scenes are that necessary. I think the moment you imply them, like, oh, they're about to go in the room and close the door, it can kind of fade out to that black, and I already know that happened. I don't need to see the visual. Which might surprise you, sir.
Yeah.
But those words
I don't know. As a father of 2 children now.
2 girls.
2 girls. Parang ano nga like so I watch it on Apple TV Plus, 'di ba? And may mga apps I purposely don't install it because I know my children will just go over everything, right? So parang I kind of have to sanitize everything sa setup namin sa bahay because of my kids. So I'm actually happy that there are channels that you have those age restriction things. You don't have to worry about it. There's like so mas ganun yung concern ko actually. I don't know. Sex scenes, sure. I mean, movies, fine. Diba? It's okay.
I like it. I think it's
fine.
refreshing.
Yeah. Kung wala,
sex
okay rin lang. I mean, diba? Diba part of ano naman yun?
Oh.
Part of the viewing experience. Sometimes
yeah.
meron, sometimes wala.
Am I the reserved one?
But what is
Okay.
shocking is that you like poetry in movies. Have you seen Il Postino?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, that's the one.
Of course.
Madonna, If You Forget Me.
Okay, so
I had a CD of
let me give you an example of what kind of excites me kilig-wise. Now, and I know we're talking about sex, but I was also saying that I don't get kilig. What's my favorite movie of all time? It's called Love Actually. Many of you have seen
Yes,
it.
of course.
Never heard. I'm just
And
kidding.
Joke. Sorry.
the scene where he's got the cards.
Aw, that is like...
That's better than any sex scene. That's better than any kissing scene. That's
To
better than
me,
waiting 9 episodes on a
you
K-drama.
are perfect.
Yeah, to me, you are perfect. That whole moment,
It's also
I'm in.
great, well acted.
I'm in all
I
that.
kind of get that.
I'm in all
Fatso, to me, you are perfect.
Yeah, I kind of get that.
Merry
No?
Christmas,
Timmy, you are
Fatso.
Don't need a
perfect.
kissing scene.
Send bam, Timmy.
And there was no
Really?
kissing scene there, right? I think she just kind of hugged him or something like that, and then it kind of ran back in.
And you don't
That
even know.
moment-
You don't even know what will happen, di ba? If they end up together or not, or was it just an expression of kailangan ko itong sabihin,
Yeah,
di ba?
because she was already with somebody, right?
Best friend, with the best friend.
He was.
Oh, with the
and
best
we can take this back to a more recent movie that I think is one of the greatest I've ever seen, called Past Lives. You know this, okay? You're a big Past Lives girl.
Wow.
At the end of the scene where they kind of stand in front of each other and they hug as the taxi comes back, and then, she goes back to her
And then
husband's
there's a
home.
maleta that's empty, but kunwari may laman. And then...
Yeah. Thanks. But in that moment,
I'm crying
Honestly,
already.
Sobrang benta yung ganyan sa mga Pinoy. Di ba? I mean, just remember the Jollibee commercial couple of years back. Yung akala mo siya yung groom, tapos yun pala siya yung best man. I mean, you saw that, right?
I actually didn't see this.
Oh my gosh! Sobrang super viral yan before.
I know. And I think that's
Iyakan.
exactly why. I was like, I'm not going to watch this because it's so viral.
You have to watch it. Parang how to make someone cry in 3 minutes or 4 minutes yun, di ba? But that's, parang mga Pinoy really love that stuff. Ako, I love that stuff.
Yeah,
diba?
no, I remember it was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, pero, well, okay. Yeah.
the third party love.
You had me at hello. I mean, di ba? You had me at hello. Isn't
Yeah,
that
any
the classic
of the big
one?
one.
Diba?
Yeah, any big line to me way more valuable than any carnal,
I love you,
scan.
always have, always will. Oh, saan yun? I love you, always have, always will.
Is that like a big?
Are we doing this? Are we playing this game now? Are we gonna go with what are the best movie lines, the most romantic movie lines? This is a challenge. I'm down if we're doing
Or
this.
guessing like where it comes from?
Dude,
Oh, this is our new game on Showtime.
I love you. I'm gonna try the accent. I love you, always have, always will.
Oh, okay. Now, so we're talking Braveheart. That's
Braveheart.
William Wallace.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! Wow, Mohan.
You had
okay,
me at
I'm
hello, obviously. You had me at
Yeah,
hello.
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire.
Reese, not Reese. So what's her name? I said Reese with this one. What the heck is her name?
Renee Zellweger.
Yeah, Renee Zellweger.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, look at you, the movie buff, Bam.
I am.
Good stuff. All right, it is 7:03. We have a break that we have lined up here. When we come back, we have BAM for an hour. It should be a lot of fun with you guys. Don't forget, our phone number is 863-10899, and you can stream us on playback.tv/goodtimes. Back after this. Don't go away.
Magic 89.9's Good Times in the Morning.
Let's play.
We have all four of us in studio for a Monday. That means Sam is in studio with Kay. Of course, Bam Aquino is here. Myself, 863-10899 is our phone number. Hi and hello to everybody on playback.tv/goodtimes. Kay, you want to invite anybody to do something here before we get into our conversation? I know the podcast is out, but anything else you want to throw out there?
Yeah, so K's Drama, the podcast is out. Check it out. We have new episodes coming up with Ryan Bang, my second favorite Korean in the Philippines.
That's right.
Because you're number one now,
Yeah.
Sam.
No. Yeah. Let's just make that crystal clear. Thank you.
So yeah, we're always fighting, but he's so freaking sweet in the podcast. I was just like, now people are gonna know we're not really fighting, and then we're always squabbling. So it's kind of cute and interesting. It's when we talk about having a friend who's a foreigner, I mean, not a lot of people understand that there is a lot of work that goes into it, all the cultural differences, and especially him because he's younger than me. So the dynamic of that, and he has a lot of values he wants to impart on me, and I find that he's very strict about like values.
Like what?
Just kunwari, loving your country,
Okay.
knowing your history, things like that. So people are surprised about this because he's a comedian,
Right.
and yeah, he's very strict in that sense.
And like a prolific businessman. I mean, he's
At this point, right?
Yes.
Crazy. I know. The pandemic started. He had one Duke Cup, and I went to it because it was a pandemic and I was trying to support him, and he was so problematic because he just opened and now there's a pandemic. But lo and behold, writers will come and order exactly that. That's something that is kind of like fast food, but not. So now he has so many branches. So yeah.
Nice. Very good.
So that's coming up
good
on
for him.
K's
But you're still
Drama.
second, Ryan's. Just so we're clear.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you're the best. Sunbinim. Samo.
Speaking of podcasts, GTWM had one last night with Ramon Bautista. So that is always fun when Ramon drops by because, he's
Right.
freaking hilarious. Also, starting for the month of May, we're going to give two
Sorry,
callers.
May?
Yeah,
It's
it is
already
starting in May. Two callers this
Gonna
month.
be May.
Two callers this month on the podcast will win $500. This is from the app Sendwave. So make sure to download that because you also get $20 if you type in Good Times on the promo code. You immediately get $20. If you are in England, you get £20 and you can send that immediately to your loved ones in the Philippines. It's just about sending money back home. So Sendwave is it, and they're giving away two callers with $500. All right. Speaking of all this money, man, another thing I saw online, I think this was on Rappler, Bam, last week because we had Labor Day holiday as well. The best jobs in the Philippines. These were the most high-paying jobs. I'm not sure if you saw this one on their Instagram, but airline pilot takes the title, 135,000 pesos on just about 135,000 pesos a month if you are an airline pilot. Software developer came in second place, 70,595. So let's just round it up to 71,000 a month. Mathematicians came in third.
What?
Now, it's kind of broad. It probably means like, you're doing
Stat. You're doing stat.
yeah, some kind of stat stuff like that. 69 Sam, 1,000 pesos a month.
Pointing this out to
More.
me. What in the world?
I knew I'd get that reaction if I voted you.
Sam, it's going down.
I reject this, okay? Fully.
Your new
Okay, stop.
your new persona
Oh my gosh.
unlocked.
It's so
Now
annoying.
you get to be number one favorite Korean, Sam, by this kind of viewer. Sam, how much again were mathematicians making?
Dude, whatever. Next.
Let's
Okay.
round it off to 70K.
Okay, that's true. Production supervisors, 63,000 pesos a month for them. App programmers came in fifth, 58,000, give or take. Doctors, where do you think doctors landed here on the top 10?
Pretty high up,
I'm
I
at
would
5.
think.
Eighth. Doctors landed at the number 8 spot with 51,000 pesos a month.
I don't
that
think
sounds
that's true.
criminally low.
Yeah.
No, because these are doctors, not surgeons, or it's just broad.
Yeah, it's very broad. I mean, maybe they take all doctors throughout the country, kind of divide them by how many there
Get the
are, and they
average.
number, hence 51,000. Remember, we've had doctors call the show saying in their early days, they're making 15,000 pesos a month. Like, it was stuff that we were just blowing our minds. And accountants round out to the top 10. Accountants make 48,982, so about 49,000 pesos a month. That's your top 10 jobs in the country this past Labor Day, as they recognized it. So, yeah, are those numbers? Are you happy about those numbers?
I think he
Doctors,
agrees.
51?
No. I don't know. It's So I found the meme. It's from the Philippine Statistics Authority. I don't think it's real though.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was on Rappler, dude.
No, ABS-CBN, no? ABS-CBN. And I don't know. I'm sure there are higher paying jobs out there. I don't know kung ano yung basehan nila eh, kung bakit ito yung grouping na ginawa nila. But in any case, yeah, good for the people on this list. I mean, that's not the highest paying job. Obviously,
Right.
you have CEOs.
Exactly. What if you're
you
like
have
very high
vice
up in
president
the
ng mga
corporate
bangko,
ladder?
mga ganyan, di ba? I mean,
Yeah, but I think when you get to that, these are probably entry level. Like these are non
entry level. Does it say entry level?
motion. That's my guess, right? Entry level at these jobs. Let's say airline pilot. You wouldn't consider that entry level versus say entry level BPO agent, right?
Sure.
But it is entry level for that
Okay.
job.
Okay.
Like
If
when you go
it's-
CEO, when you start saying that these are people that
Yeah.
actually have to promote up that ladder.
Yes. If
Straight up,
that's-
right off the bat.
If that's
those are-
entry level, that's not bad. That's pretty good.
Also,
Entry level, yeah.
Also, the number 1 job and number 2 job, like the salary gets slashed in half. So are you telling me there's nothing in between, like number 1 and 2?
I don't know. I'm just reading it off, but or maybe how come airline pilots are double everybody else? Because you're saying number 1 and 2 has a discrepancy, but 2 to 10 are pretty close.
Yeah.
So how does the airline pilot make this much coin?
Very questionable data we have here.
No, but sa Labor Day kasi hindi yung mataas na jobs yung issue usually on Labor Day. When you talk about Labor Day, it's really like minimum wage jobs, laborers, and a lot of the conversation was around that. No, and in fact, in the Senate, they passed already a 100 peso minimum wage hike bill. And they're waiting for Congress. They're waiting if the president is going to sign it or not. If it does pass, that's something a lot of people are waiting for. The 100 peso minimum wage hike.
So ma'am, can I be clear? I don't know what the minimum wage is. Is it 100%? Sorry, 100 peso.
Per hour. Per day.
Oh, okay. So that's gonna be the minimum. I didn't know if it was dagdag 100 to whatever it is right now.
Yes,
No,
it's dagdag 100. So ano yan? The minimum wage ranges from 400 to 600 pesos depending where you are. So in Metro Manila, it's about 600 pesos. Roughly a month, that's about anywhere from 12,000 to 13,000 pesos a month, which is really, really low. Napakababa niyan, di ba? And a lot of Filipinos, myself included, think that this is the main problem. This is basically what we need to focus on. Ito yung, sa dinami-dami ng problema ng Pilipinas, ito yung pinaka-importante sa maraming tao. That people are able to earn enough to live properly. So, a couple of years back, maybe a few years back, NEDA came out with a number that they said, ito yung numero na kailangan mo as a family so you can live well or you can live decently, no? Yun yung numero.
Yeah.
And that's about 40,000 pesos per month for a family of 4 or 5. And your minimum wage is about 13,000 pesos, 14,000 pesos. Ang layo, di ba? So kahit dalawa kayong minimum wage earner,
Kulang pa rin.
Kulang pa rin. And I think fundamentally, that's the problem. Yan yung problema ng bansa natin. No? So, many years back, when they set the minimum wage, I'm sure it was enough, maybe. Many years back. But prices went up. Your wages didn't go up at the same time. Ngayon, ang laki ng gap mo. That gap is too big for regular Filipinos. So, kung ikaw, Pinoy ka, nagtatrabaho ka, nagsisikap ka, kulang pa rin, no? Kahit ikaw pa yung pinakamasipag, pinakamatyaga, you go to work 8 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week, kulang pa rin yan. And I think this Labor Day, last May 1, that was the wake-up call that hopefully more of us really get to see that we need to either raise wages, kailangan itaas yung wages, or itaas yung tulong ng gobyerno because government does come in and help out in different ways, or ibaba yung presyo ng bilihin to make this equation work. Diba? So, yung wages mo plus the support that you get from government should be equal or less than your needs. And right now, yung gap na yan, napakalaki. So that's what we have to focus on, I think.
Sam, you have, obviously you don't have any, you live alone, essentially, right?
Yes.
Do you think you can get by with 40K a month? As a person living, just because that number was factoring in families, right?
Right.
And I know you don't live the most extravagant life, but you also don't probably live the most simplest either. Okay, so I mean, let's just say you're kind of somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Is 40 enough for one person in your opinion? Because I want to test this number.
Right.
Did you get your Meralco bill now?
I did.
I got it yesterday.
Laki, no?
I was like,
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're right. Now I'm doing the math. 40K. I mean,
Food,
Yeah.
rent, kuryente,
Bills,
tubig,
transportation.
internet, na hindi na pwede walang
Kape.
internet. Diba?
If I live on a very lean diet, maybe I'll get by.
we would actually lose weight.
Yeah, that too.
So you're saying yung 40 nga for one person manipis na. What more for a family of 4? This is a number that came out I think 2 years ago, 'di ba? So ngayon mas mataas na 'yan kasi tumaas na rin yung presyo ng bilihin, 'di ba?
Yeah.
But the number is even unrealistic, though.
You don't think-
or I don't know, Bam. You tell us. Like, in your opinion, do you think the 40? While that was the number given, do you think that was even realistic alone? Because you talked about having 2 people in a family doing minimum
we should
wage.
be surveying this properly.
You know, back then people were saying 40 pala yung so they call it the living wage, right? So this is the concept of the living wage. So 40 yung living wage. Yung minimum wage mo napakababa ang layo. So even now we're challenging 40 as that basis, di ba? Especially
That's
now
what I'm
that prices have gone up. So NEDA has not, if I'm not mistaken, no, and we can check this, they haven't come up with an updated number. Wala pa
Data is the
updated.
answer. Come on.
Updated number dyan. And ano yung kasama sa basket of goods mo, di ba? So the things we talked about, like 20 years ago, wala ka namang need for internet. Ngayon, kailangan mo na yan. Di ba?
Sure.
Transportation, ang lalayo ng mga presyo. You know, kung mag-grab ka or mag-jeep ka, ang layo niyan. But then, if you factor in the time, no, kung hindi ka mag-ride sharing, the time that you need to take para mag-commute ka, ang laki rin ng araw mo mawawala, di ba?
Yeah.
So, you know, Pinoys have to go through. Ito yung araw-araw na problema ng mga tao. And if you look at all of the surveys, this is what people want to focus on. How to lower prices of goods, how to increase wages and what you can get, benefits that you can get, di ba? And I think kahit sa Amerika, yan yung issue ngayon, di ba? Inflation, right?
Yeah, no, it is. It's a huge issue, but again, it's not national. I don't know if Philippines is national, where we're doing kind of a national minimum wage. Here, it varies greatly on the city you live in and all that, or the state you live in, to be more accurate. But you know, I think maybe we should do our own credible Good Times survey.
So
And ask
credible right now.
Yeah, very credible. And ask you guys at 8631089.
Love our sample population. Hello, sample population.
What are we pegging? 40? Ang tanong 40. Carry na ba yung 40?
Well, Laura, we can ask them. You throw the number. So what are the parameters here, Bam? Family of 4?
Sige,
So,
family of 4, 40K a
parents.
month,
Okay.
kaya na ba in 2024?
Yeah. So a set of parents and then children, 2 kids, 8631089. Outside of kaya ba ng 40, what is your number?
Should I start an Excel chart?
I can't even. I can't. saying 40. I can't even do 70. Like, you guys tell us. No, please don't be extravagant, okay? Like, you're driving around EDSA right now in a Chedeng, it's different. I'm talking about, like, just give us, you're normal. You're just normal. Okay, good morning.
Morning.
Hi.
Magandang umaga.
What's up?
Hello, I'm Lendel. So,
Lindell, what's up?
Family of 4. Siguro, kami nga family of 3, medyo ano pa eh. Ang natitira lang sa amin right now is yung sweldo ng asawa ko. Ganun.
So what are the numbers,
And-
though? Because we don't know what that means.
Our family parang income namin ranges around mga 90 to 80. Ganun.
Fixed income
number
na
one,
yan
we-
for the month.
Yeah. When you say naiiwan lang yung sweldo ng asawa mo, we don't even know what that is either. So let's really answer with some...
45 each?
No, my salary is around mga nasa 50 and my wife
so
is
you're-
around 27.
Okay. So, this is about 80. So, yung nang round up tayo to 80, Lendel. Kaya na ba for a family of 3? Sa inyo?
Medyo controlled pa rin yung gastos pero mahirap.
Hirap
Kumbaga,
na.
I mean, if you will save para sa emergency gano'n and all, kulang siya.
Mhm.
Ayun.
Yeah. Which of course is
Plus,
a reason.
Wala pa kaming gasto sa transpo kasi ahente ako. So,
Mhm.
may
sasakyan ka.
kotse, may gas, may toll and all, libre lang.
Oh.
So, ang ginagawa namin to save is, yun nga, nag-pick up ko yung asawa ko sa work. Then, dinadrop off ko pa siya. And
Okay.
kasabay ko din siya sa bahay. So, technically, nag-extend din siya sa work ng, hindi na overtime. Kasi may wife works, sa teacher.
Mm-mm.
Kung may isang bagay na if you had extra cash, ito yung bibilin mo or ito yung kukunin mo for you or for your family, what would that be?
Extra cash. Siguro, magdadagdag ako ng insurance. Ganun.
Mm-mm.
Kasi more investing talaga para sa anak mo, ganun.
Alright.
Oh.
So, pero medyo tipid pa talaga kami.
Mm-mm.
Like, hindi kami bumibili masyado ng damit. We try to be very minimalistic.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Just the way to live. Oh. So your monthly savings, let's say 27K. Tama.
Mm.
Okay. Got it in my Excel
Really? He
file.
gets to save 27,000
Yeah,
a month?
yung sa asawa niya. So, 2-income household sila.
Napupunta yun sa savings, yung 27?
Yep.
It's a lot of savings.
Kasi they're not big spenders.
Oh, ba, Lendel?
Yes.
Oo.
Yes,
So,
so,
rough-
parang what we do is parang we live within our means lang eh. Like, kasi yung sa public school kasi, VP Sara did not increase the salary, di ba? So, kumbaga nagkakaroon lang ng increase sa work ko. When I
okay.
jump work, ganyan. So, hindi talaga namin i-extend yung, like, kunyari ma-increase na ako ng 3,000, hindi ko yun iti-take na, pandagdag gastos, gano'n. So,
Pwede ko ba
talagang-
i-clarify ulit, Lendel, yung family savings nyo, mga magkano yung family savings nyo a month?
yung 27 kasi matatax pa siguro around mga 22, 25.
That's,
ganyan.
alam mo, okay yun ha. I mean, that's a big percentage of your income.
Yeah.
Congratulations
Yes,
sa
pero,
20K na savings.
I mean, what I'm saying, parang, nagpapakahirap kami.
Oo.
Hindi kami nag-splurge ng pera. Hindi kami umaalis kung saan, gano'n. I mean, pag gagastos kami, like, kailangan ba natin to o hindi? Sige, wag muna. Parang ganun eh. Wala pa kami sa point na parang, sige, punta tayo dyan, punta tayo dito. Sige, bilhin mo yan, bibilin ko to. Ganun.
Alright.
Got it.
So,
Hey, do you really have an Excel sheet out?
I do.
Yes, may Excel sheet.
Yeah.
Then we gotta move. All right, thanks, brother.
Salamat, Lendel. Salamat.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, he's such a responsible guy. I mean, 'di ba? Ano yung luhong gusto mo? Insurance para sa anak ko?
Yeah.
Savings of yung
20-ish.
income. Tama, Kay, 'di ba? Yung income ng
Yeah.
asawa niya yung sinesave niya.
Yeah.
He's a very responsible guy. Congrats, man.
Income
Let's take our next one
minus
here.
the
Good morning.
tax.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
Hi, what's up? Who's it?
I'm Isa.
Isa.
Hey, Isa. What's going on?
Yes. Hello. Yung question is, di ba, if is 40,000 enough
Sapat na
for
ba?
a family of 4, di ba?
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah, or give me your
Uh,
number. What's your number that's enough?
I think more than 40,000 dapat.
Yeah, let's
Oo.
let's get a number. What's that number, guys?
I think around 70 to 80,000,
Mm.
especially if you have a newborn or kids in school, di ba?
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
around 80,000 without splurging on anything pa.
Just
Kasi,
I'm not saying 80. I'm not saying 80 is a lot, but it's so far from 40. I mean, man, that's
Yes, oo
that's
nga
quite,
eh.
Well,
it's quite the
you
gap.
know, yung number na 40 came out, was that a pre-pandemic number? Baka pre-pandemic number pa nga yun eh. So that definitely kailangan ma-update yun, di ba?
O kasi alam ko during pandemic, all of the prices went up after
Now,
2021
oo.
or 2022 kasi I do the groceries for our family. So nakita ko talaga yung increase nung bilihin sa kahit sa wet market.
Yes.
Mataas talaga siya.
Yung mabibili mo
So,
noon with 3,000 or 4,000, siguro baka dalawa, tatlong plastic bag ngayon. Parang isa na lang ata, di ba?
Yes, lalo na 'di ba, they compared before yung 1,000 pesos na it could fill out the full grocery cart. Ngayon, wala ka na talagang mabibili or kung meron man more of the yung instant na mga foods or mga delata which is not good for our health, 'di ba?
Yeah.
So,
Anong savings tip mo? Usually do you substitute brands or may mga hindi ka lang binibili?
usually I go with yung hindi na yung brand eh, lalo na sa mga sa foods.
Mhm.
'Di ba? Marami kasi ngayon na meron ka namang mga choices lalo na dun sa essential, yung mga kinakailangan talaga for magluto and stuff. Hindi mo na kinakailangan nung mga mamahalin pa
Mhm. Mhm.
the brand. Tapos if you can get the goods from the wet market, 'di ba, sa palengke, mas maganda.
Mhm.
Kasi mas less yung price niya, yung value niya kaysa sa mga supermarket, yung sa grocery. Oo.
Got it.
Yun nga lang, syempre, you have to be careful din, lalo na when it comes to yung meat, di ba, sa mga poultries yun. So, yun siguro yung tip. And don't splurge anything on you don't need, lalo na kung wala ka namang budget for that.
Yep.
Well, that's fun.
Kasi
Ay,
marang, hello?
hindi yan magets ni Mo. Ayaw nga niya ng sale.
Hindi kanya ibabalik yung bike kahit $1,000
Oh my
off
God,
na.
kahapon nakahanap ako ng
Sana
toaster
all.
oven. 1,000. Sabi ko, baka may mas mura pa. 948. Yes, let's go.
Ako hindi ako
Kaya,
bumibili kung
yun
hindi
nga
sale.
eh.
Baliktad. Kung
Alam mo,
walang sale, di ko bibili niyan.
kapag meron akong gusto na medyo pricey siya, I wait for it na minsan bumaba yung price or
Right
magkaroon
now,
ng
there
sale.
are so many sales. It might
Yun
be
nga
your
eh.
sign.
Kaso wala namang pambili.
Oo. Kahit
Pero-
sale pa.
Pero
Kahit
yung
sale,
mga
wala naman.
kalokohan, like kahapon, tinawag ako, pabili na ako eh. May bibili na ako na kalokohan na hindi ko kailangan. Tinawag ako, sabi ko, thank you, you're my shopping angel. Di ko tuloy nabili yung hindi ko kailangan.
Alam mo ba yung Lenten sacrifice ko? Dude, dinidelete ko si Lazada tsaka Shopee. Lenten
Oh
sacrifice.
my God.
Scrolling and scrolling.
Thanks for the call, love.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
you. Have a
thank
good day.
Thank you.
So, Bam, do you then? I remember a couple of weeks ago we were asking you, like, who's the most powerful person in the country that guys kind of flies under the radar, right? And your answer, I think, was the bureaucracy, right? Like,
Yeah.
they're the most powerful. And I know that, sa Philippines, if you kind of work in an area where you can exploit people because you have a little bit of bureaucratic power, you're going to do it. And that's especially in the government, right? Your frontline people. Do you feel like, do you ever go, okay, I understand. Like, I understand why they do that because they're looking for any angle to make a little bit more money.
Well, unang-una, hindi naman lahat, no? Maraming government people are doing their jobs. But you do find that. You do find a lot of people now, like maraming reports na mga rumaraket left and right dahil mataas ang presyo ng bilihin, mahirap ang buhay.
Yeah.
So, that really happens, no? When times are hard, all of these things come out, and you need really strong leadership to make sure na from the top to the bottom, walang nanggagancho sa mga tao. Unfortunately, you do hear a lot of stories now with BIR, with customs, with different things.
It's
You hear
always
it.
been a
You
thing,
hear
right?
it.
It's always
You hear
been,
it.
especially with those areas, BIR and customs. I mean, that's always been. Like, I remember, decades ago.
Ganun na yung kwento. Ganun na yung kwento, di ba? And, if there's one place where you need to computerize, you need more transparency, it's those places, di ba? Hindi lang yan. Marami. It's there. It's there. I mean, it's not like wala yan before. I'm just saying like right now, nandyan yung mga kwentong yan. And, corruption, all of this actually does end up as problems for the Filipino people. No? Bakit? Kapag yung pagkain mo, we import a lot of our food, and merong nanggagancho dyan, may tong yan, or may patong yan, no? Someone's corrupt, humihingi. That extra cost is gonna go to the consumer. Yung consumer rin magbabayad, tayo rin magbabayad yan. Di ba? So kung may importer ng kung ano man, bigas o kung pagkain o kung ano man, may cartel, the cartels pay off people para they can put up prices. At the end of the day, yung Filipino people rin yung nagbabayad niyan, no? So you're absolutely right. All of these things, they do happen. And at the end, yung nagsasuffer dyan, tayong lahat. You could lower prices. Kung babaan mo yung corruption sa Pilipinas, mabababa mo yung presyo ng bilihin. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
If people were more efficient, more transparent, if we got from the best suppliers, not the suppliers who are willing to pay off people, yung presyo ng bilihin natin bababa. Yun, very clear yun sa akin, di ba?
That's why when you said like our biggest problem is really our salaries, right? The minimum wage. I can immediately in my head that, okay, the moment we give people more money, then prices will just probably go higher anyway. That it's corruption that is really the biggest problem. Now, or they can be problems 1 and 1A.
Hindi naman yan, exactly, hindi naman siya one or the other, di ba? I mean, our problems have to be solved at the same time, right?
Exactly. So it's something we have to save at the same. Because if you're paying people more money, but our inflation is going out of control, or the prices are getting out of control, any raise you get can't keep up with how much these things are getting more expensive. So it's kind of like a moot thing. You really need to tackle that corruption. Again, you're the senator, not me, but I always felt like corruption is just by far our biggest problem. And if we can kind of get that under control.
Sometimes yung mga businessmen, they say, yung mga ganyan, yung mga kailangan namin bayaran on the side. Cost of doing business lang yan. Diba? That's a lot of businessmen. They'll say that. Cost of doing business yan sa Pilipinas. But that cost of doing business, we pay for that cost. They're just gonna pass it on. Papasa lang nila yan sa mga tao,
It becomes
diba?
part of the culture. And then we don't even notice it's there.
Yeah, and it does
we
add to
played
the
this-
prices of goods, diba?
We played this fun game here on the show, Bam, and I hope you're down to play this. It's a topic that we do. We've been doing it for years, and I think maybe we should kind of pull off the Band-Aid on this one. We'll take a break, though. When we come back, the question is, what are some unique things that a government employee has asked from you as a bribe?
Oh,
Yeah. You're down with this, then?
sure.
You're good with it?
As a
All right.
bribe.
So, yeah, 863108899. We'll take a break, though. When we come back, you lined up at an agency and they said they wanted this. It could be a phone. It could be. I mean, we've heard of some crazy answers to this, like lechon. Like, I mean, it was.
Magpalechon ka naman, Sen, mga ganyan. Palechon ka naman, sir.
And obviously, MMDA is probably going to be one of the top answers, but it's just usually business permit stuff. Like, if you need a business permit, you're going to pay. Okay. So what are some of the unique things government employees have asked from you, our caller, for a bribe? Okay. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have that. Don't go back.
It's Good Times with Mo, Sam, and Bam on Magic 89.9.
It is 7:40 on this Monday morning, and thanks for hanging out with us. This is Good Times here on Magic 89.9. My name is Mo. In studio, the whole crew is there, Sam, Kay, and Bam. Our question before we took the commercial break is this. What are some of the unique bribes that you have been asked? How do you phrase that question? You've been asked for by government employees. I mean, unique can also be kind of just something basic, but a lot of it, right?
Okay.
Here's a lot of money. So
one of our friends here in studio was telling me, ayaw niya tago natin sa pangalang Jonathan, di ba? Sabi ni Jonathan dito, nagpatayo siya ng apartment, and every permit he had to get, hiningan siya ng something. Okay, tama na? Every permit, di ba? Total cost was 10% of the apartment.
Whoa!
So parang yung binahayad niya plus 10% just to get everything done. Di ba?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Dream home.
But they know you're desperate. They know that's why it's actually kind of I don't want to say it's a good idea, but I get why.
Ano mga permit yon? Building permit, occupancy permit, assessor's office, kada step. Anong local government yan? Yun sabihin. NCR.
8631.
NCR? Hindi. Nasa labas ng NCR.
861-0899 is our phone number. Our lines are full, so let's get to it. Unique
go.
bribes that you've been asked by government agencies or government employees for. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hi, who's this?
Hi, this is Ella.
Ella.
Sure.
Hey,
Hi, Ella.
hey, what's up?
Maybe the unique bribe yung government employees. Actually, I'm working with related sa food. So technically, yung mga permits namin and then permits medyo mahirap kasi we are dealing with food. So one time,
Get it.
So,
Yeah.
and one
Oops.
Hey. Go. Hey.
Redial.
Is she dialing with her cheek? Like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
Ella?
I think she's talking. Her cheek is hitting.
yes.
Take two. Kasi na-excite kami one time.
It is a stressful topic.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, I'm sorry. One time, parang renew ako ng business permit. Business license, one of our license in storage. So
Okay.
one of the government agencies that I need to deal with, nagsabi siya sa akin na, Ella, yung business permit nyo lalabas. I mean, not the business permit, the permit, one of the permit.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Come on. We only got a little time. Let's go. What was the bribe?
Sabi niya sa akin, huwag mo kalimutan yung peras.
Peras.
Oh,
Pears.
Pears?
Peras. So ako naman, syempre peras, nagpadala ko na isang box ng peras.
Okay.
Peras.
Okay.
And then sabi niya sa akin, when I was about to get it, nagpicture na siya, nagpicture na siya ng, ito na yung license to operate mo. So ako naman nagpadala. Tapos yung pinadala ko na yung peras, tumawag siya sa akin. Sabi niya, hindi ito.
Pera.
Sabi mo peras. Hindi. Yung isa. Ano yun? Di ba ako, I was like, parang alam ko na din yung gusto niyang ano yun. Pero I was just like, sige, playing naman.
Dumb, oo.
Tapos hindi niya binibigay yung license to operate namin. Hindi ko siya binibigyan ng something ganon.
Grabe.
So parang I was bit like, okay. So binigyan ko na lang siya ng GC instead. Not the pera kasi hindi naman kami po pwedeng kumuha talaga ng pera sa office. So
How much?
like 10,000.
Okay, cool. All right. That's a funny story. Thanks for the
Thank
call.
you,
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
May kwento kong ganyan. Ito nagsumbong rin sa akin. May kailangan siyang approval. Hiningan siya ng 3 manok. Pare, pahinging 3 manok. So nagdala siya. 3 manok. Meron siyang from KFC, from Jollibee, and from buckets of food.
Oh my gosh.
Only to find out yung 3 manok pala.
Sa pera.
Pera pala yun. Hindi
pala
niya
yun?
alam. So,
Wait, I thought he wanted live chicken.
Ano ba yun?
3M. Yun pala yung ibig sabihin 3 manok, 3 milyon yung hinihingi sa kanya. But itong kaibigan ko nga, he's a teacher. They were putting up a party list, no? So, nagulat siya, yun pala yung hinihingi sa kanya.
I love like all these code words.
Peras.
Oh, all these codes.
Manok.
Manok.
Diba?
I'm gonna say manok
Pero,
now.
dude, doesn't it make your blood boil? Di ba? Parang nakaka-high blood talaga, di ba?
Yeah.
Parang gusto mo
I do.
mura on air pero baka maka-cancel tayo ng MTRCB, di ba? Gusto mo talaga magmura eh.
863108999 is our phone number. Our lines are full. The question is unique bribes you've been asked from manok to peras. So let's take our next one. Good morning.
Good morning, Mike here.
Hi, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Ang sa akin, minor lang naman. Kasi gusto ko magpalagay ng solar panel sa bahay. So, kailangan mo kumuha ng permit sa barangay, LGU. Okay. Nalaman nila work ako sa hotel. Parang hiningihan ako ng staycation.
Pero kabarangay mo na yan, di ba, Mike? I mean,
Yes.
makikita mo itong mga taon to everyday.
Exactly.
Hindi na nahiya sa'yo?
Yun nga eh, parang yung kapitbahay pa namin yung tag dito, yung barangay captain, na parang tinulungan pa namin siya during his campaign. Parang, pero siya ba yung nanghingi sa akin ng gano'n?
Yung mga pasimple, pinasimplihan ka, Mike, di ba? Nasa ganito ka.
Ganito po ang actual words niya. Siguro hindi verbatim, pero ito parang, di ba hotel ka? Oh, maganda dyan sa hotel niyo eh. Baka pwede naman akong 3 days, 2 nights dyan.
Grabe.
So oily.
Ayun. So sabi ko na lang okay, para lang mas mapabilis yung proseso dahil hindi ka talaga bibigyan. Okay?
Yeah.
Got it.
That
Yeah.
sucks.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
That's all.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you
Grabe.
for the call.
Medyo
861.
depressing to pare Medyo depressing tong conversation natin
It's not funny though. Good morning.
Hello.
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 Hi.
Hi. This is Rommel.
Hi, Romel.
Roman, what's
Yes,
up?
good morning. I had an experience sa BIR. Dyan kasi ako. Nung time na yun kasi may problem yung company namin, so kailangan merong isettle sa BIR. Then, isettle ko siya sa Laguna, pero yung business nasa Makati. Then, yung BIR personnel na kausap ko, after nung transaction namin, he offered me a job din sa BIR. Sabi niya, pare, baka malakas-lakas yung sikmura mo. Kailangan namin ng additional personnel sa BIR. Actually, it's a job offer.
So not really a bribe.
Job
Right,
offer.
Trying to pirate you.
Yeah. Pero ang requirement, matigas sikmura mo. Yun yung requirement. Hindi hindi educational attainment, hindi past performance. Gaano katigas yung sikmura mo, di ba?
Yes. Then when I gave the padulas money for the assistance, akala ko itatago niya. Then nagulat ako, sa harap ko binilang niya with all the BIR personnel na makakakita dun sa transaction. Yung pala, medyo talamak dun sa RDO yung ganong...
Yung sistemang ganon, no?
Yes.
How much did you give?
I just gave the padulas money.
Magkano yung padulas money?
That time, in 1993, mga 10,000 eh.
Oh, it's a lot.
1993?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Change rate was huge there.
Tagal na
back
na.
then. Yeah. All right, brother. Thanks for the call.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
See, this is what I'm saying about padulas money. I thought padulas was so normal growing up because it was just part of our culture. When I started watching K-dramas, I was like, oh, padulas is corruption. Even just simple gifts to your teachers and to your doctors in K-dramas would be padulas.
Bawal?
Yeah. Because it's small, parang small scale corruption. And if you stop it at the basic level, you stop it at the big level. So that's what I'm saying na parang baka we should rethink padulas.
Yung someone comes to mind, no? So recently namatay si Senator Rene Sagisag. He was a senator in the 80s. And he was known for turning down gifts.
Even gifts, diba? Even if you
gifts.
cooked it, even if it's simple.
Yeah, this was 87 siya naging senator. So after the revolution. So, medyo people were just rebuilding our democracy back then. And during his wake, yung mga kwento ng mga tao, he would turn down ice cream na pinadala sa office niya.
That's the way to go.
Which people found funny kasi nung binalik, syempre lusaw-lusaw na yung...
Nag-milkshake na.
Nag-milkshake na yung ice cream. But he was known for that, si Rene Sagisag. And, ngayon kasi, honestly, giving food, malayo yun sa...
Yeah, but it
tatlong
starts
manok na,
there.
diba? Pero it starts
That's
there.
where it starts. And I guess it's because it's so accepted in our culture. That's why it's nothing.
Right.
And we don't realize that, the big scale is affected by the small scale. Padulas, diba? You just give your boss something and, you're trying to get in their good graces and that is corruption.
Guilty naman yun.
Hindi,
Pag
I
yung
didn't
mga staff ko, binibigyan ako ng bagong t-shirt na like a wrestling t-shirt.
Diba?
Ako,
I
ganun.
I never gave it much thought until I did like see it in K-dramas. So that's what I've learned.
There's got to be some level of acceptable kind of just.
But
You
it
know-
starts there, and then you never know where the line, when you're. Diba?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm because so is me complimenting my boss. Like, oh, boss, ganda ng haircut natin. I don't care about your stupid haircut. I am just trying to get on your good side.
You know what the line is?
What?
The line is, if it's something, so I think the line is of value, diba? Yung nasa batas is of value. Of course, of value is pretty vague.
Yeah.
But like in our office before, if it's something na parang, you kind of know kapag medyo masyadong extravagant, papabalik mo talaga. Pero kung bibigyan ka ng kakanin galing, like dito sa Dagupan, I was in Dagupan last week. Syempre, Bangus Festival. May mga nagbigay ng bangus pa uwi. I'm gonna accept bangus because that's their, diba? That's their product, right? Pero kapag cash na yan, kapag like, there was someone who tried to give us in the Senate like a new MacBook, pinabalik ko yun, diba? Kasi that's of value. You know, it's
Right.
something expensive.
Yeah.
But, well, yeah.
I mean,
Pero
that's why,
nakakapag-isip nga yung sinabi ni Kay na baka
I
sa
never
small
thought
things
about
rin.
it.
diba?
I don't think. I think it could be rude, though. Honestly, I think it could be rude, Bam. I mean, if you go to the province and they are known for something and they give it to you, it's almost like a reverse pasalubong type of deal, and you say no to that. That
No,
could be
I
very
would
rude.
never say no. In fact, honestly,
That could be rude.
tuwan-tuwa ako pag may longganisang pinamigay sa akin or bangus or itlog na maalat, yung ganyan. Like, I'm so happy to receive that. But you kind of know Alam mo yon, may spider sense ka naman na, this is a little too much, I should return this. Yung problema dyan, kapag you grow out of your spider sense at lahat na lang tinatanggap mo, di ba? Yun yung problema.
Yeah.
Because what if I put the bangus in a MacBook Pro box?
Or like it's embutidong bangus with money.
Mali.
Wow.
Mali na yun, di ba?
Stuffed with money.
Mali na yun.
Let's take a couple more here before we got to go. Again, unique bribes that you've been offered. Let's just kind of get to the bribe. You don't have to give us the big backstory on what kind of permit you need and all that stuff, just so for the sake of moving more calls. Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, I'm actually working with a motorcycle company. And karapalan na. So I handle registration.
Okay.
So having said that, there's always an SOP for registration. So they ask like $200 per document, and normally on a month's time, you get to sell around 5,000 to 15,000 maximum
Wow.
motorcycles. So it's actually very different for every region, and that's what's so funny about it.
So magmamanok level ka na dyan kung gano'ng karami binibenta mo.
Kanya-kanyang region, kanya-kanyang hingi. Iba-ibang patakaran nila. So, the irony is talagang harap-harapan, they really do that.
Okay. Any numbers we're working with though here to wow us?
I'm sorry.
Like how much money is being moved here to wow us a little bit?
Put it this way, if it's 200 per document, that's 5 times 15,000 units.
Okay, yeah. So hundreds of thousands, millions, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's
Perfect.
a monthly thing or weekly thing. Depends. They won't release your documents unless you give the SOP.
Yep. Okay. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Morning.
Morning.
Good day. Bye.
I think that's what's infuriating is like these things are supposed to be available to you without any cost. Like it's like, why do I have to pay for things that should come like for free?
Well, I mean, that's
As a service.
Yeah,
As a service, di ba? Alam mo, nakaka-high blood talaga. Nakaka-high blood. But it's the reality. Yan ang experience ng karamihan ng mga Pilipino, and that's why things have to change. Ganyan kasimple, di ba? For the first time, I've been here for a few weeks. Ngayon ko lang nakikita everyone's calling. Like,
Yeah,
sobrang
lines are
grabing
full.
full.
Yeah. Because it's a part of reality, as you were saying, right?
It's a
terrible.
part of reality.
And
but we
you're
we shouldn't,
desperate. You need to.
yeah, but we shouldn't accept it that this is the way it is. Yan ang problema kasi. People say, ganyan na talaga yan eh.
Yes.
And I don't accept that. I don't accept
But who
na ito
is-
na yun. I don't accept na ito na yun. We have to
Where
move
does it
forward.
stop though? Who stops it? Because it can't be the normal person, right?
No, it's
This
from
is
the
not
top,
one-
man. That has to
Yes,
come
from the
from
top.
the highest places of leadership. Kailangan klaro na I'm not gonna accept this BS. 'Di ba? Hindi ko tatanggapin to at the highest level or at the lowest level. Hindi ko tatanggapin to. And kailangan may managot, kailangan may masampulan, kailangan may makulong. And tayo mga Pinoy rin, who clearly wala namang masayang nagbabayad ng tong, 'di ba? Meron bang masayang nagbabayad ng tong? Wala.
You know what tong in Korean is poop. So
Oh,
yeah.
pwede na rin, 'di ba? Pwede na rin. Pero walang like ito, yung kasama natin dito na nagtatago, 'di ba? Di ka naman masaya nagbayad ka ng 10% more for your apartment, 'di ba? Hindi rin naman siya masaya na nagbabayad siya per permit, right? But it has to change. So, one, it has to be people. You know, corruption, theory of corruption. Unang-una tao. We have to put in people na hindi corrupt. But you know, the system is just too intense,
Yeah.
'di ba? Kailangan din yung sistema magbago. And when you say sistema, you're talking about bringing in technology, bringing in more transparency, having more people be able to look at the books, look at things, 'di ba? And yung sinasabi ni Kay, that culture of we're not gonna accept this.
Yeah.
Tanggap naman, 'di ba? I mean, the
But
truth
that
is
takes
tanggap.
courage also. How do you stand up and say no? Diba?
Yan.
Takes courage. I mean, I'm saying I have the courage,
No,
but
it is.
can you imagine saying no? It takes courage, and parang the rejection of you can't have your dream home, for example. Parang, but I worked so hard for this dream home.
And I can see like how someone who, like say Sen, if you got to sit again and you are now in a position to actually make changes, like I can see how an entire system could be against you.
Yeah, but you have to.
Right.
I mean, but you have to. Somebody has to stand up. Somebody has to say, no, this is not acceptable.
I guess collectively take courage, diba?
No, tsaka rami nating colors. So,
Kaya
ang raming
nga eh.
Pilipinong napeperwisyo dyan. If we all got together. I mean, I don't know if I'm being too romantic or malayo pa naman ang eleksyon. But, you vote in better people. You make sure they allow for systems to come in that will modernize our country.
Yeah, but we have to demand the change.
Exactly. Maraming taong umalis na ng Pilipinas dahil sa mga sistemang ganyan.
Because what we are
Yun naman
hearing now is that people accept that this is the way it is. So if we demand a change, then maybe that's where it begins.
By the way, alam mo, it can change. So this was a story of, let me mention him, Secretary Babe Singson. No? He was the DPWH secretary during Pinoy's time. When he went to DPWH, and previous to that, ang grabe yung mga kwento sa DPWH, diba, about corruption. But when he got there, he did a simple systemic change. Sabi niya, yung presyo ng pako, yung presyo ng semento, yung presyo ng kahoy, all over the Philippines, yung variance natin can't be more than 5 to 10% based on your transportation cost. You can't have materials na sobrang mahal in one region, sobrang iba-iba yung presyo. Standardize niya. That's a systemic change, right? And that saved billions of pesos. Just by saying, we're not gonna accept na yung presyo nito magkakaiba per area. 'Di ba? So there are things that you can do to actually make things better. 'Di ba? But truth is right now, ang experience ng mga Pilipino, ito yung kaharap natin, 'di ba?
I was really against the war on drugs because I thought it was kind of like it was too violent of a reaction for something that I don't think was the biggest problem in the country. But if there were a president that come around and said, okay, I'm going to kill 6,000 of my countrymen, but it's going to be a war on tong, then I think I could get behind something as drastic as that, because I honestly think this is our biggest problem. And if we brought somebody in who was going to be as crazy, I know he was nuts and violent and all of that, but maybe if directed at a real true problem, I can kind of get behind it as much as I do not want violence.
You are just saying right now that it works.
What do you mean it works?
A war. Miss Peace is here.
I get it, but and maybe I'm exaggerating or I am being hyperbolic, but I am saying that when that came around, I said, oh my God, so many of our people are going to die for something I don't really think is an issue. Like, of course, there's probably a drug problem, sure, but do they have to die over it? No. Are we going to just randomly shoot? But if there were like a war on tong,
War
like,
on poop in
I would
my
be-
head.
I think I could go. I think I could hang with
Dude,
this.
alam mo, okay. Alam mo,
These are
okay.
not solutions.
Well,
It might be, man.
honestly, yung sinasabi ni Mo, syempre the extreme yan eh. Yung even much simpler than that, ang layo na nga natin eh. 'Di ba? May nakukulong, may even nagfa-file, even yung nafa-file ng kaso, nakukulong because of corruption. I mean, really, think about it. Think about it, man. Who's in jail because of corruption? The last one is Janet
couple
Napoles. That's the last one.
Yeah.
Oh, who
Yeah.
else? Who else?
But
I
as
think a
a,
couple guys went to jail and then they became senators again. So, I don't know, man. I think it needs to be something drastic.
My
It has
heart
to be drastic.
is beating
It has
so
to be-
fast.
It has to be drastic.
No.
I'm not saying
The power is with the people.
Kaya
If
nga.
the people don't accept this, then, we have the power. Who got the power? It's the people. We need to demand better things.
Exactly.
Come up to me and ask me for tong, and I will say, no effing way. We all gotta say this to people who are demanding these things because you know what? We got the power.
But, okay, I agree with you. Pero yung experience ng common Pinoy is that gusto mo lang magnegosyo, gusto mo lang magtayo ng bahay, gusto
But
mo lang...
it is this I am a loser mentality that has to stop. We got the power.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Akala ko syempre parang He-Man, di ba? I am the power.
We gotta uplift the people. People, you have the power.
And you know where-
Especially
and you know-
election time
exactly.
is coming.
I was gonna say, you know where that power resides? Voting.
My God,
And
my
not-
heart.
Di ba?
People.
Doon tayo magsimula, di ba?
Have some self-respect. I'm so mad.
Are we gonna stop the calls or what? Are we out of here then?
no, we still have calls coming in if you want to kind of round it off with.
He's about to pop a fuse here
I
with.
am my heart.
Okay, find one more just for the road.
Just
Here,
'cause
One more.
you're
Ito,
like-
last. This is gonna be the best
We
one.
need a war. No, war doesn't need to happen, Mo.
we need a war.
We don't.
Laban, mga kapatid!
We don't need no war. We need peace, right, Sam?
Yeah.
Sam's on team war on this one. Good morning.
We just need to
Talking
vote
about a
better.
literal war,
We just need to
obviously.
vote better, guys.
Guys.
Okay.
Okay, hi.
So the point is just really passionate, and I'm just really passionate about this conversation. So I think the question of Mo is when it will stop, right? So I just my 2 cents worth really. I believe it Bam saying that it has to be in leadership, but you also have to think about the smallest unit in the society, which is really the family. Now, if you look at it, even education is a matter of fact, right? So when you look at it, even the kids now, when they go to school, the elementary students, even let's say, when the school asks for something like, let's say there will be some program and all that, the parents are actually starting to flow in big things like spaghetti or pasta and all of these things, right? So imagine what kind of thoughts or what kind of learning the kids could actually learn on that. Those kind of things. So we just really have to start in our own.
Are you saying you want the parents to slow down and stop with this certain level of spaghetti that they're giving in for these
It's
moments?
not really
Because
about the spaghetti, Mo. It's really about the learnings that the kid is actually, you're
I
teaching.
get it. I get it. I just want to clarify what you're saying. Like that's what you're saying. Stop having the parents donate or give so much.
What I'm saying is, it will start.
Isn't that a sense of community? Like, I mean, come on. See, here's the thing. I'm going to go back to what Bam was saying, accepting gifts if it came from, like, unique things from that area. You have to do that. Like, you have to take that, Bam. I understand what Kate's point is, right? But there is a level of culture that we have within ourselves, positive culture, where we're going to give that. There's a positive voluntary of giving parents of giving these things because of the sense of community that those students also learn.
But I don't think that's what our caller is talking about.
I don't
know. And I completely agree with you, Mohan. I agree with you on this stuff where like there's a certain culture of like, hospitality or just like a community. Now you share things and you give and that's beautiful. We should keep that.
That's who we are.
Yeah.
That's who we are as a people.
But I think the caller is talking about a context.
Baka is buttering up to the
it's
school
buttering.
officials or to the...
I like
Yun
how
ba
you
ibig
get
mong
in the
sabihin,
food.
sir?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
There's also this point, Mo, no? It really makes sense now that, we can learn also from other, let's say, the private companies, right? The private companies, these things, they don't go anything on, let's say, bribery or whatnot. That when people receive gifts, no, there's a certain line, and I think that's what Bam is also saying, a kind of a system or a process. Let's say, for lack of better terms, let's say a $50, let's say when people give a gift to an employee, it's allowable, right?
Higher than that,
It cannot
hindi.
be accepted. Huh?
Higher than that, wag na.
No, it's not. You're literally gonna get fired, or if you get these things, right? I think that's the system right there, and I think again, we have to go to the roots. It's really about the small community, or the smallest, the smallest probably governance would be the family. You have to be the real parents to say no if you cannot accept that thing, or even if you accept, there's a certain level to it. You just say thank you to it, and of course, even the parents, right? When I say, there will be some parties or whatnot, you only can actually just tell them that it has to be in a certain level of.
No, see?
Sorry.
Hot
Sorry.
topic.
But it makes a point though, right? I mean, dali magsalita sa entablado pero sa bahay mo, di ba?
I agree.
Sorry, Sam, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I think what the guy is saying is kind of in line with what Kay is also saying. And I'm not saying that you guys are not right. I'm just saying it takes too long.
Yeah.
The process, if you go start from the bottom and you want the bottom to change the top,
No.
do you know how long that freaking takes?
And I don't even
Versus
Maybe it happens
saying-
together.
No, it's the bibingka
Well,
principle,
parents
di ba?
saying-
Bibingka principle
what?
yan. It's the bibingka principle. Kailangan mo lutuin from the top and from the bottom.
There you go. Okay.
If the people are ready and they're willing to vote in better people who are going to bring in the systems and the right people are there, it can change. I mean, Duterte changed our country so much in 6 years. Diba? So, kung kaya yung ganong klaseng change in 6 years, and many of us didn't like that kind of the war on drugs, sabi nga ni Mo, then another leader could also in 6 years or in 10 years, in a decade, can also reverse a lot of things. And it starts with, wag natin tatanggapin na ganito na lang tayo. Kasi yun yung problema eh. Sen, ganyan na talaga tayo eh. Ganun na yan eh. Hindi mo na mababago yan. And I don't accept that. We cannot accept that, di ba? We have to always see, it can change. It's not gonna be
but
easy.
change
It's
is
gonna take time.
uncomfortable.
It's gonna be
Right.
uncomfortable, but we deserve a better play. We deserve a better country. We can be better.
Do they think they deserve it? Because Yael loves to say, we accept the love we think we deserve. So do we think we don't deserve a lot? Parang slave mentality or, di ba? Parang ganon.
I don't know. That's a good question.
But I think like if we could, I could be on board with something like a war on tong.
Okay.
Not
okay.
the Korean for
Ako
not
rin.
the Korean for poop, but the patong. We should totally do this. This should be a thing.
Sam?
Yeah. No, but we're not
Go.
talking about
Sorry,
like
Kay.
a war,
No.
obviously, right?
That's what it
Like,
means. People are gonna get shot on the street.
No,
not that. No,
Not-
a government
An aggressive campaign.
A serious
against,
campaign.
yeah, no bribes. Okay, no bribes.
The word is war? What about
I mean,
wipeout?
figuratively,
What about wipe it out?
is that better than war?
I think war. I think is the war just understands how serious you are. Now,
Yeah,
whether
because
that's
if you see war, people are gonna die on the streets. That's what it means.
Okay, fine. If we're gonna have people who might misunderstand that word
Correct.
war, then we can tweak it. Whatever. Point being,
Kiana for extra pera. Let's go.
point being, it has to be like a government-initiated campaign. And because if the people can't, like they're up against too much, like
So
they're
there-
not gonna be able to do anything.
There was a pastor, si Pastor Junel Milan, no? So yung program niya is Asin, ang suhol iwaksin natin. Okay? And he would put that poster up in government offices. And he would put it like dun sa likod mismo nung places na usually hinihinga na ng tong, di ba? And you know what? People would say, alam mo, Pastor, yung poster mo, nakaka-guilty siya. Talagang luminis dito. With ang suhol iwaksin natin. You know? So, I get it. Starts from the top. People need to demand it. And we need to, ano ba? Ayaw ni Kay ng war. A serious effort.
Sige na.
No,
Okay.
no.
A concerted effort.
Let's get
It's a war.
Let's get somebody from advertising to give us a good line.
A battle
There you
on
go.
corruption.
Thank you.
Mas okay ba yun?
The battle
A
on
battle
bombing.
against
A
corruption.
bombing campaign.
A bombing campaign.
No.
Carpet bombing
If
campaign.
you follow the secret, you're supposed to reverse and promote the opposite, which is what do
Firing
you
up.
want?
Oh, okay.
Malinis. Something like that. You're supposed to
Subukan
promote.
na natin yan eh. Baka nga war on corruption yung kailangan. Nasubukan na natin.
I want the word
Subukan na
tong in the thing.
Tong.
Tongpats, di ba? Kasi tong is patong. Di ba? Tama, di ba? Tongpats yan eh. Patong.
You're not
I'm just
supposed
looking-
to attract the thing you don't want anymore. You're
Okay.
supposed to not say it. I'm just going by the secret.
So we're like,
Guys, when you want to get rid of something, you don't promote it.
So ayaw mo nang i-massacre ang korupsyon.
nga
Ganun, wag,
eh.
wag.
Oo.
I-massacre ang
Oh
korupsyon.
my, definitely
Wag.
not.
Okay, wag.
I like it. I like that's the best one. Did I hear this rumor that it's your birthday tomorrow? Is that what?
Is
that
it
what we heard?
tomorrow?
Yes,
I like
it
how
is.
it's a rumor.
Yes, it is. It's a
Happy
rumor.
birthday.
Thank you, thank you.
birthday.
Salamat. Thank you.
That's awesome. I'm not gonna ask you your age because I don't know if we're at that point, but we're the same generation, so you're still young.
40
You look
something.
He doesn't look
40
it.
something.
Again, the most flawless complexion.
Salamat.
If you want to keep these looks, then we're not running at the end of the year. But if we want to massacre on corruption, then brother, you gotta do something. But we'll bug you when that time comes around. Thanks for hanging out with us. I know you came in early and you stayed way over late. But nevertheless, always a great conversation with you, Bam. As usual, per Mondays. Happy birthday, 10 times over. And I hope you have a great day tomorrow.
Thank you.
Happy
What a
birthday.
great talking to all of you, especially our callers. Salamat. Thank you for calling, guys, and sharing your experiences. Maraming salamat. See you next week.
Thank
Bye.
you.
That's the show. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have more of the show. It is Good Times here on Magic 89.9. Don't go way back after this.
Magic 89.9's Good Times in the Morning.
Hour number 3 of the show. It's 8:18 on this Good Times War on Ratings.
Is it really good? I'm so mad.
Lahat na lang kinwestiyon.
Hey, the point of Good Times, the actual title, was because it was sarcastic, right? It's a line I would say all the time in person when people
I've
say
heard you say it. I've heard you say it in that tone. But now maybe
that tone, right?
it has shifted. It can mean
It was
many
a tragic
things.
story. I'm like, oh, Good Times.
I know. I hear.
That's why it's called. So we're on plan.
I hear you sometimes say it, and that's perfect. Good times. Get out. Get out. I was like, oh, so that's what it means. I caught it.
It's not perfectly titled like your podcast, which is, of course, K's Drama. And just because it fits so perfectly. But again, just to throw another plug out there, Ryan Bang will be there. Was it this week?
No, I think else will be. I don't know which one will be first. Oh no, I do one about solo travel, the joys and the dangers of it.
When was the last time you traveled solo?
January when I went to London and Paris.
All those guys were hitting on her at the club.
No, that was Hong Kong with Yael.
Get it right.
Nobody hit on me in London. O nga no. Di ba ako maganda dun? Pero marami akong nakausap na
Ang
strangers.
Padilla ay
Bloomer. Ang Padilla maganda sa Hong Kong.
863-1089 is our phone number. It is 8:20 here. Speaking of podcasts, of course, Good Times with Mo the podcast. Had one last night with Ramon Bautista there. We're giving away two $500 prizes to two of our callers in the month of May, plus $20 to every single person who signs up for SendWave, which is a way to send your money to your loved ones. If you are especially listening abroad, go ahead and put Good Times on the promo code and you get that $20. And you know what we do also on the show here, usually on a Monday, is we will take a caller who didn't make it on last night's show because it was packed, and I offer to throw them in the morning. And many of these callers have asked for you girls specifically. Now, Kate, I know you're very busy and all that stuff, and Sam, you were out of town, so I didn't bug you about doing a podcast episode. But truly, I get messages say, "Hey, can I get a K Sam episode?" I'm like, oh. They're the radio group. Now, this guy particularly didn't do it but he was one of the many that didn't get on the show last night. So let's go ahead and throw him in here and talk to whatever your name is. Hello?
Hello, good morning. It's DJ.
Hey,
DJ. Welcome to the show, DJ.
Hi.
How old are you? Where are you from?
I'm 35 years old from Mandaluyong.
Excellent. You're local. So what? Okay, you wanted to get on the show last night. Could not squeeze you in. I apologize. But you had a question I thought maybe the girls here would have a very good answer for. So whenever you're ready, tell us a little bit about it and what your question is.
Yeah, okay. So once again, thank you. And siguro gusto ko lang itanong, I just came from a relationship for 16 years.
Oh my
And
God.
What?
How old are you?
35.
I'm 35.
35.
Yeah, so I was 19 back then. And so I just broke it off. I was the one who broke it off. And I was also the one who has been cheating on a regular basis.
Wait,
The honesty is
wait, who is cheating on a regular basis?
you.
You're cheating on your boyfriend?
I was.
And
Oh.
And this is the reason why I can't ask anybody else because of the judgment, no?
yeah.
We are
okay,
not
so-
judging you. I'm actually saying it's great that you're so honest right now.
Yeah. Actually, the question really is, normally, when you end up, when you break up a relationship, masakit kapag ikaw yung naiiwan. Pero I think mas madali dahil kapag iniwanan ka niya, iiwasan ka na niya eh. So, it's easier to move on.
Sure.
In my case, ako kasi yung nag-stop ng relationship.
Backfire.
So, I find it really hard. Kasi gusto niya pang ilaban sana yung relationship. But to me kasi, I'm being unfair, being selfish, and the guilt is already killing me. So, the question then is, how do you deal with a breakup na ikaw naman yung nag-initiate ng breakup?
So you're the dumper, but you're the brokenhearted.
Can I ask a question
We're
first?
both.
Was
Sure.
it an open relationship?
It wasn't. He was suggesting an open relationship pero ayoko nga ng ganun eh. Kumbaga, I'm a hypocrite na gusto ko sana kami lang dalawa pero there came a point na hindi na ako romantically interested. In fact, I called the podcast about 5 years ago asking about the same question. The advice then was to break up the relationship pero syempre maano yung ulo ko, makulit. Matigas ulo ko. Hindi ko sinunod yung advice back then. Tinuloy ko pa rin and then nagkaroon ng pandemic. So at this point, ito na. Nag-decide na ako finally na kailangan na i-stop yung relationship for the sake of the two of us. Pero yun nga, I'm also heartbroken seeing him in pain kasi I never saw him like that. I think that's one of the reasons why I was trying to prolong the relationship kasi I don't want to see him like this. Pero now I finally decided.
I understand this. I mean, in past relationships, and Sam, you know this. I've told you about this. Like, I can't break up with somebody because well, first of all, it's a very difficult conversation to have that, and I don't want to be part of that conversation. But number two, it's seeing the person in pain. So, and again, you know this. You kind of call me out on this. I end up making myself unlikable, so they are
Silent
excited.
quitting.
Yeah, to dump my ass. But I understand this. This is like, okay, hurting the other person is very difficult to be a part of, especially when you love them. So what is your question again? How do you deal with being the person who dumps, but is also incredibly brokenhearted?
Wait, I still have a question.
Yes, that's
no, wait, keep getting questions. No, go. No, absolutely.
Only
That's part of
because
the dialogue.
the open relationship was an option. You didn't take the option because ayaw mong meron
Jealous.
siyang iba.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yan
yes.
yung side na ayaw mo.
JT.
Tapos ngayon na hurt siya. Hurt ba siya dahil iniiwan mo siya? Oh, pero tinatanggap naman niya yung cheating? Kasi to him, open was okay. Open relationship was okay. So why was your partner hurt?
Or wait,
Yeah, that's exactly the reason why he was hurt. Kasi he's trying to think of things to work out the relationship.
That's
Pero ako talaga yung ayaw. Kasi nga ayaw ko rin naman siyang i-subject dun sa ganong idea na hindi naman siya willing. Gusto niya lang talaga akong i-keep. Pero kumbaga parang he's willing to sacrifice a lot of things just to keep the relationship. Pero ayaw ko na siyang makita ng ganon.
So tinanggap lang niya yung open relationship idea pero hindi talaga siya bukal sa kanyang kalooban. Parang gano'n.
Wow, lalim.
Yes, correct.
People do that sometimes. Right? They'll do that whole. Yeah, no, for reals. Okay, so what are we going to tell this guy? Should we take a call? I think somebody might have some advice here. Let's take a call here, and then we'll kind of give our take on this. Good morning.
Sorry.
Sorry, I
Next,
think we
next,
lost him.
next.
Right.
Hi.
Next one. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, who's this?
Hi, this is Marie.
Marie.
Hey, Marie. DJ needs help.
Yeah.
What's
So I heard the dilemma of
DJ, and I totally get it kasi I've been in a similar situation before. I had a boyfriend na sobrang love namin yung isa't isa. Pero yung song na Love is All That Matters, it's not really all that matters kasi for some reason we are not compatible. We're both dominant yung personality namin and we really clash. So I broke up with him and then I was also brokenhearted during that time kasi nga sobrang alam mo yun, parang nandun yung love eh. Kaya lang it just doesn't work out. Eh parang I think the guilt is normal. It's practically normal kasi tao tayo and we don't want to hurt others naman talaga intentionally. Kaya lang you'll be hurting. I'm sorry?
Are you crying?
No.
No. No, sorry. Medyo driving lang. So, my point is, parang the guilt is normal, pero you just have to live with it kasi you'll be hurting him more. From what I'm hearing from you, DJ, is you're just being with him because of convenience, just because you were together for a very, very long time, practically half of your life. And parang if that's the only reason why, kasi parang you said that there was an option, like Kay said, there was an option and you didn't take it. So it's probably because you're not really interested in fixing it or doing something or working things out. Yes, you are sorry, but that's the only way to go. Kasi if you stay or if you choose to come back to him, it's just gonna hurt him. Kasi if you're not that invested anymore, and if you said that you've been having that dilemma for the past 5 years, then it's not really gonna work unless you really realize that you're actually willing to work it out and that you love the person. Pero if it's just out of convenience, just because you got used to being with him, doing things with him,
Yeah.
parang ganon. So, yun, that's my two
Kind
cents.
of like a necessary evil.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Thanks for the call. That was very good.
Thank you.
Faithful and forever.
How was this she was talking about? What song is this?
You don't know this song?
Prisoner of Illusion is a good poetic line. Oh, I love the static. Very.
Oh, so I'm not the only person that's hearing that. Okay, yeah.
Did you think it was happening and then you kept it to yourself?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Does it happen to you when you're not on air, Sam?
Maybe if I don't point it out, then it's not gonna be real.
What are you guys talking about?
There is
static.
major static. It's almost like Stranger Things level.
It's gone now.
I think it happens when you play a song.
No, and I think I don't mention it because usually when there's like some, tech, whatever, audio thing, the playback people will react immediately.
So is it just you and I who hear it?
But no
As long
one's
as you
telling
and
us.
I hear it, I'm okay. As long as it's not coming from my brain
I was
waves.
playing songs like earlier and there was no
meron
static.
din.
But it wasn't a lot. Parang it would
This
just come in once in a
time-
while.
Prisoner of Illusion. There's the static.
Yeah, it's
Like
like
that.
Those voices that I'm hearing when I'm riding my bike infiltrated my work now.
See,
Are they saying anything, those voices from the desert?
No, they're just like crying.
How can you go?
See, there's that
Trust
static
me,
again.
It's gone.
So that's
It's gone now.
It's-
So in
it's-
playback, they're not hearing it.
No, they are. They're saying now na parang they hear it. Yeah.
Does this song have to be so terribly sung this way? I mean, this sucks.
Maybe katatapos lang niyang umiyak. Parang that would be the correct tone.
It's like those voices I am hearing. That's what that sounds like when I'm writing out.
Maybe it's sung by the wind.
Ooh.
Yeah. DJ, you still there, brother?
Yeah, I'm still here.
You know, that last caller, she brought up some really good points. Especially, something towards the end, she said that I was 100% with her, but sorry, we were just distracted by this song.
Walang kwenta.
Listen, Did you say when your boyfriend said, "Hey, let's have an open relationship," you said no because not only because you knew that's not what he really wanted, as Kay brought up, but you were also jealous yourself?
Yeah, that's correct. So
Okay,
I
then
just
you're an asshole. I mean, because
yeah,
an asshole's like the best quality you have. Like there are worse things I can call you.
Thief.
and that's the reason why I broke up with him.
Okay, well, here's my take, and then I'll leave it up to the girls. Heartbreaks always hurt, and the longer the relationship is, sometimes the longer it takes to get over it. You don't have the experience of broken hearts because you are in a relationship with somebody you've been with since you were a teenager. So without that level of experience, all of this is very difficult and somewhat foreign to you. You assess your decisions in life and you know they hurt others, but welcome to real pain when it finally happens to you. Not saying that the stuff that you gave him wasn't painful. It's just you never really knew what it was like until you're the actual one on the short end of the stick, pun intended. So, welcome again to this part of being an adult. It sucks. It hurts. It'll linger, but it also goes away at some point. And maybe you didn't listen to me 5 years ago. Doesn't matter anymore whether you listen to me or not, because there's no advice here except eat it, and at some point you'll be full and you'll move on. Okay? Sam, Kay, anything for this guy?
Well, actually, just hearing all the honesty since the call started was quite refreshing. So I think with that alone, you can live with yourself now, and there's no guilt. There's no expectations. And I guess you can now figure out what you want for the rest of your life. Do you want to just be dating and just be single? If that setup works for you, then fine. Diba? But I guess you're going to now be able to discover it freely. And yeah, at least you're feeling guilty about the wrong choices. So that's also a good sign. When it goes away, then you will have learned your lessons, and that will just make you a better partner in the future if you choose like a long-term relationship or just dates and whatever. So yeah, I think you're on the right path.
When was the breakup exactly?
About a month ago.
Oh, okay. All right. There's an
So
H
it's
with
still
it.
pretty fresh.
Yeah. Sam, anything for him?
I mean, I think it boils down to what he doesn't. It's hard for him to see the ex in pain. And I feel like either way, he's going to be in pain. If you're with him and continue to cheat on him, that's going to be painful for him. If you break up with him, you know, obviously he's hurting still. And so I feel like the lesser evil is to break it off. He will get over it. You know, we've all gotten over heartbreaks. It's almost like a little parang full of it to think na parang, oh my gosh, he's never going to get over this. And like, you know, I can't.
That's what I'm saying. Asshole is the nicest. There are a couple of words to Sam exactly thank God for putting that makes me think that this guy is self-centered and completely just. I mean, you might even have like a personality disorder because how you can think of it in that context. However,
no, actually, can I just say something? Yeah. I acknowledge that, but I think the reason why I'm thinking about that is kasi since he's in pain, he's trying to win me back. Baka bumalik ako ulit kasi nga sabi ni Kay kanina, I'm just there for the convenience of it. So yun yung ayoko sana mangyari nga na bumalik ako ulit. Dahil he's trying to win me back, magsisimula na naman kami dun sa cycle na gano'n.
Are you in pain?
Yes, I am. Actually, yung advice ng first caller, sobra akong tinamaan kasi parang nagiging reality na siya sa akin. Like in the past few weeks, feeling ko in denial lang kaming dalawa. We're just giving each other some time.
Here's my problem with you, bro. Is you keep talking about his pain and you're rarely talking about yours. And then when you talk about yours, you include the other guy too. That scares me about you.
Why is it?
Because so he's like, okay, when you keep talking about the other guy's heartbreak, but is the reality you're the one that's heartbroken?
I'm not sure kung, yes, I'm heartbroken, pero hindi ko alam kung sino yung mas heartbroken if that's what you're asking.
You know, it's you. Okay? It's you. because you have broken his heart quite a few times in these 16 years. And this is his nice little sweet revenge that has been brought on by you. You have yet to feel heartbreak from this guy because he's not cheating on you. In fact, he's been bending over backwards to
I know, Mohan.
He's been bending over backwards to appease your infractions here. And now finally, you guys are done. Now you're the one who's going to feel the foreign feeling. You're the receiver of this pain. And welcome to the show. That's it. This is life.
Wait, so are you saying that he's actually calling because he's the one that is maybe like fearful now that he's not going to have, that comfortable shoe for 16 years?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's projecting this other guy. Exactly, and that scares me. He's packaging it as the other guy's pain. I'm like, whoa, wait. This guy has been hurt by you. He knows what that feeling is like. And he continues to be himself by trying to save this relationship. It's you, mother effer, that is you're the fish out of water. You're the one who's finally getting the broken heart thrown at you. And I love it.
Oh, that is quite the paradigm shift. Do you think this is a possibility, DJ? Like, are you the one that's maybe scared?
Yeah, I think that's a possibility. Kasi nga, we were together back when I was in college. Tapos ngayon 35 na ako. So parang now na-realize ko parang I don't know how to live my life without him. Kasi college years was way, way back. Yeah.
Yep. That's it. Welcome. And that's why I'm saying you don't know what it's like.
That's the song.
You don't know what it's like. Hey, come on. You're the singer of the group. You gotta save us here.
I'm trying to hear you. What it's like.
There we go.
To love somebody. To love somebody. Everybody. The way I love you.
Yeah, so sorry, DJ. Welcome to your first heartbreak. Your first real adult heartbreak.
But I feel like because if he's still trying to
Oh, you got him like really laughing, Sam.
Oh my gosh. Are you 5 years old, Mohan?
How do you say
Yes,
it?
he is.
Say it in Korean. Kande? What is Kande. See?
I mean, because
But.
if
Yeah.
you're coming to the realization now that, oh my gosh, I'm the one that is terrified of actually losing this person.
The fear.
Yeah.
I mean,
it
real.
seems like the good news is he is, as you say, he's still trying to win you over, win you back and whatnot. And if you really want to do this, like, you got to change, man.
No, I guess they
They should,
set
sorry,
the rule.
they should break up. They should break up. 16,
yeah.
16 years is a stupid amount of time. You should have not stayed in this relationship this long. Okay, it's not good. You're just worried about the unknown. You're worried about what does my life look like without him. Again, I will keep going back to the same phrase. This is your first adult heartbreak. This is also your first threat that you might live your adult life by yourself. And that is inherently terrifying. Okay? Sorry, Kay. I just want to make sure to throw that out there. You can finish. Sorry, Kay.
Oh no, I forgot.
Oh, thanks, Mark. All right.
DJ, are you okay, DJ?
I hope I will be okay.
You will be okay. Well, some of my heartbreak tips would be go to karaoke. We have some branches, Center Stage and
Are
Rockstar.
you really plugging at this time?
No. I mean for myself. I don't know if you like to sing, but doing
I do.
Doing a heartbreak playlist from the top of your lungs. I'm getting this memory of singing a lot of heartbreak songs, and Gino and Tin were there.
And they're always about you, right? You know, when you're breaking up.
Yeah, but
all
your
the
friends
songs are
will
about
wanna sing along, and you'll sing it really loud, and there is some therapy there.
I can see that.
Therapy
Yeah.
is also a choice. Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to do that, a diary is also okay. I mean, get real with your feelings. Ask yourself, how are you? Diba? Parang, la lang. And then one day you'll read your letter to yourself and you'll be like, oh my God. I see some of mine. To the karaoke. That's where they go. And if somebody loves you. What's the next word line? Won't they always love you?
Won't they always love you?
Won't they always love you? I look in your eyes.
Wow, you
and I
have.
know that you still care for me.
Wow. But wow, Kay, like Kay is personally serenading you at this time.
Di, masarap talaga mag-karaoke when you're down like that. Kasi marami kang feelings na gustong ilabas. You can go to the club and you'll get drunk, like stupid drunk. But as Mo said one time, parang if it's a fast, sad song, it doesn't parang get you
It is hard.
to that.
It doesn't slap.
Yeah. Shout it out.
Broken, lahat ng kanta, feeling mo nakaka-relate kay.
Unless you can't sing well. Because if you can't sing well,
as
don't
long
go
as
to the
you can
karaoke
shout
because
it.
you'll ruin my day. See, Kay can go to the karaoke because she can sing. You, DJ, on the other hand, not sure. And if you're not very good at it, then just don't make heartbreak.
It's the release.
Yeah, don't make heartbreaking songs ear-breaking songs. Okay? That's all.
Okay.
All right, good luck.
Oh, DJ,
Well, again,
good
there's real no real advice except
Thank you so much.
own it. It's here.
Yeah.
It's real, and you'll survive. Okay.
Be well, DJ.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Sorry about your loss.
Wow, 16 years.
That's a long time. That is sweet 16.
It's called a mistake. I mean, we can sit here and go, yes.
Naman,
that's
baka naman
amazing.
part of that was fun and,
Part of it, sure. Maybe like 3 years.
They're
ago.
great years, yeah.
Well, now, you guys
16
know that
years.
16 years is way too long to stay in a relationship if it started.
16 candles. Oh, man. My mom is messaging me.
Oh, she's singing. Are you doing Whitney? Are you doing?
Good morning, mama.
We gotta take a break, right?
Yeah.
Okay, taking a break. When we come back, more of the show. Don't go away.
Magic 89.9's Good Times in the Morning.
It's 8:49 on this Monday morning. Listen to Good Times here on Magic 89.9. Still really hot out there?
It
Oh
is.
my gosh, yeah.
It's been raining naman, like here and there.
Where?
Like parang it'll rain, like a little bit of singaw rain. Alam mo yun?
What?
Yeah, I mean, not really raining, but
Your sweat, okay, falling from your face.
singaw. They call it singaw.
You know that thing when a drop falls, you do the whole thing. You're like, whoa, wait.
Ano ba yun?
It's like it falls on your, the sweat falls. Whoa, what's
Oh,
that?
it's intense.
Hot. I mean, I'm about to leave here in a few minutes, and yeah, maybe we can leave a little early. I have a dinner reservation at my favorite restaurant.
Is it the Thai
And
restaurant?
It is a Thai restaurant. Oh, I'm glad.
Have you ever checked out Fuhu
No,
in
what's that?
Vegas? You should go.
What kind of food?
Parang Asian fusion. They have a lot of great Thai dishes as well.
Oh.
And 1 or 2 Pinoy dishes, I think.
On average, we were talking about money earlier and, the cost of living and, not spending excessively or unnecessarily and all that stuff. But how many times do you need a good meal?
All the time.
My girl.
My girl.
Yes.
No, I'm serious. You can't have a good meal unless you're a great chef or your partner's a great chef. The chances of you having a very good meal all the time are pretty slim unless you're spending stupid money, Kay.
No, I mean, you have to at least make your basic meals good. I think. Yeah.
How?
Define good though. Like, what are we talking about? Like a fancy meal? Like a.
No, it doesn't have to be fancy, but just like how often does your body need a great meal? Okay, I'll remove good and put great because Kay's
great.
normalizing good meals.
No, because you can have them at home. And
Yeah.
then you can also
that's
eat your
fine.
tira.
I love leftovers.
Hey, but that's not. Yeah, but that's not. I would consider a leftover a great meal. I'm talking about like how often do you need, whether it be restaurant or
A
pretty
picnic?
elaborate.
What about a
pretty
pick me.
elaborate. You're talking about the sentimentality involved. I'm talking about the actual food. Okay? Not who you're with, not where it's eaten, not if it's raining, that Sam doesn't know
These are
about.
all factors.
I am talking about the quality of the food. How often do you need a great meal?
At least once a week.
Oh
You think
my
once a week is your
gosh.
number?
Yeah.
More.
I know, because my base is good. Like, I would like to think.
Oh wow, I love that. So my base is good. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Sam, you think you need one great meal more than once a week? How many times do you think you need one great meal?
Kaya naman okay, 1 a week lang siya.
Me, I mean, I'm gonna have a pretty high number myself. So she's gonna be on an island with her non-war ongtong.
Can we
By yourself there with her.
Plus, I just got great coffee from Sam
It's from Cotabato.
from
yes.
Cotabato. So, you know,
Big
breakfast
super
is
blocker,
covered.
We're like, oh, here, good. This is a coffee.
This is super fresh. 5-3.
I'll say maybe like 3 a week would be nice.
Ooh, like what's an example?
Of those 3, how many of them are at home and how many of them are at restaurant?
Actually, for some reason, when I say great, like in this context of the conversation, I'm thinking of like restaurant meals.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine. No, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 great restaurant meals a week.
Oh, yeah.
Would be nice.
Is that because you
Do
have a
I get
boyfriend?
it?
or-
Do I get it? Not all the time, but would be nice.
Okay, but is this because you have a boyfriend, or this has always been your case?
You know, he
Because you know, when you have a
does.
boyfriend, there's more dinners.
Yeah,
right?
he
There are more-
does like to treat to good food. So yes.
Ooh,
Um,
give some
uh,
recos.
No, not.
Not now, later.
Ooh.
Gatekeeping food.
Oh, what about you then? What's your number?
I think maybe 3 or 4 would be about right.
A
Because you
week,
think,
yeah.
like, if it's 3
You
or 4,
work
then-
hard.
yeah, but obviously when you've got like in this case, Chopper likes to eat also really good food too. So she could be a driving force. I could be like maybe not even thinking about it, and she's like, "Okay, let's go here." I'm like, "Oh yes, let's go there," and we'll go there. So it helps to have somebody kind of push it, because then you have your number, which is 3 a week, or Kay's number, which is once a week. But then your partner's got their own number, and if that number is more than yours, then we're gonna all of a sudden you're gonna mesh that, and maybe Yael's is 3 a week. And all of a sudden, you're now at 2 a
No,
week.
he's like a middle child, so he doesn't really care. Last night, he was asking me, is there some kind of food you're really craving for? And I'm like, I already told you, we have leftovers in the fridge. So, yeah. So, I think once a week is correct.
Yeah. Hershey here says every sahod, one
It's definitely
good meal.
Yeah,
Every
Twice a month.
Yeah, or you like worked extra hard and you got something done. Like it's
Yeah.
a reward thing too, for sure.
But for me, siguro yung once a month thing, I really want to make a yabang discovery. Like, kunwari, if I go on a trip and I'm like, yeah, I ate there, but I'll make a big thing of it for a whole month. And do you guys also think about food? Like, kunwari, you're stuck in traffic and then you ate something really good and then you're just thinking about it? Or is this just me? Please tell me.
Like
somebody else hears the static.
Wait, from how long ago?
Kunwari, I ate it like this week and I'm thinking about it, traffic, and I'm like, sarap talaga nung yung isda. So what I'm saying is, parang the feeling stays with me naman for a week.
Wow.
I think maybe that's why. And then once in a while I think about, sarap no, paano kaya yun iluto?
You're really getting, bang for your buck. For a week.
It's like when I used to run, my high would last me a week.
Wow.
That endorphin high, it would be just there like, yeah.
I don't know if you're lying or you're weird.
Combination of both, but it saves us money.
Like, you cannot be this so. And maybe it's the artistic side. Like, sometimes I'll sit there, I'm like, I'm envious of the way you kind of think, but I would never think that.
No, but
would never
this
think that.
doesn't happen with all food. That's why when I know I'm thinking about it days later, oh, that was yummy.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I don't do when people talk about food and then they do this whole, and I don't know if this is a Pinoy thing or global thing, where it's like, gugutom ako. because you talked about it. You know that line that people say? I always feel that's a fluff line. No one actually gets hungry when people start talking about food.
Maybe if it's manga and then your mouth starts to salivate because it's
Yeah, the
maasim.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's this video online of
They're right
manga, santol, and a whole bunch of bagoong. And of course, when you see your mouth, it's like going, the laway is coming out.
Okay, fine, maybe that's true. All right. Anyway, well, thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. I feel like we had a lot of range on the show today. We had
Ended with
sex,
laway.
sex in movies to a lot of political talk. We had Butt talk about his problem.
Kande.
I mean, man, it was all over the place in a good way. So thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Tomorrow we'll be back. Alex will be here
Please
as well.
make sure to turn on your tracker.
Yes, I will.
Because
Turn
we
on
do
my
want to
tracker.
see you tomorrow.
Please turn on your alarm.
I have 3 alarms now. 3 from Alexa and 2 pala sa phone.
All right.
How
and then
about
we'll
that?
see.
Promising.
We'll get an update on Alex's new hair transplant thing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's so
I
painful.
can't wait.
I just want to see what.
Yeah, me too.
So we'll get a look at his head tomorrow on the show. In the meantime, have a great start of your week. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. And then
times.
Kay, have a great day
Good
on
times.
Showtime. Sam, have a great day saving the world.
Thank
and
you,
just in case
everybody.
you guys get you get fired today at work, or if you get in a car accident, or if you choke on that great meal, good times.
Good times.
Good times. All right. Have a good day, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Magic 89.9's Good Times in the Morning.
Let's play.